is proudly presented by AT Uverse TV.
The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
The Mariners have watched Felix Hernandez grow up right before their eyes, maturing into the Cy Young winning superstar that he is now. The Rangers have watched Martin Perez begin his journey as a Major League starter this season, and the early returns are fantastic. The 22-year-old lefty has shown the poise and confidence of a veteran this year. Tonight, Hernandez and Perez square off next on Fox Sports Southwest. It is a mild and beautiful evening here at Rangers Ballpark. A large crowd filing in to watch game number 2 of this 3-game set. Your Texas Rangers taking on the Seattle Mariners. And welcome along, everyone. With Tom Grieve, I'm Steve Busby. Glad you could join us for the Saturday night of Rangers baseball. And it looks to be a dandy, another good pitching matchup tonight. And Tom, I guess you have to say that Martin Perez for the Rangers pitching about as well as a 22-year-old can do it.
He really is, Buzz. You know, he's been supremely talented ever since he was 16 years old. And now the talent is starting to match the performance.
Right.
He's pitched very well in his last 3 starts. In fact, in Houston, he had a 115-pitch complete game. Gave up a home run in the last at bat. Otherwise, he would have had a complete game shutout. In his last 3 starts, his ERA is 1.59. Opponents are hitting 1.56 against him. He's starting to get his changeup over the plate, starting to spot his fastball on both sides of the plate. And now that he's starting to do that, he really looks like he could take off.
Well, and he's got a dream come true tonight, a young Venezuelan going against the idol that he grew up with in Venezuela, and that's Felix Hernandez. Great pitching matchup on hand here tonight. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the first pitch for you coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. By AT UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. And by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. Well, Martin Perez finishing his warm-up tosses, and before we get things underway, let's go check in with Jim Knox down on the field. Jim?
I appreciate it, Buzz. Martin Perez has been on a roll lately. Last 4 starts, he's given up just 3 runs. Now, I talked to Giovanni Soto before the game. He'll catch Martin tonight, and I asked him, when Martin's at his best, what is he doing right?
The secondary pitches for strike he gets. When he's struggling, he can't really command his fastball and his off speed or down in dirt or hanging. But, lately he's been, pounding strike zones, living in the corners down, and then whenever he needs a slide or a curveball, change up into strike, he'll throw it down in the zone or for strike in the corner. So I feel that that's what's going on.
Giovanni Soto with the Geico quote of the night. And Buzz, last 2 starts, Martin Perez with an earned run average of 1.76. Hopefully that will continue this evening.
That's a pretty nice number to have, Jim, and it's a good one to be stuck on if you're going to be stuck on a particular number. Martin Perez has been really pitching well. Here's the Mariners lineup. Brad Miller leads off. Kyle Seager is the start at third. He's batting second. Kendrys Morales is the DH. Michael Morse bats cleanup, plays right field. Raul Ibanez in left. Justin Smoke playing first base. Hitting seventh, playing center field, Dustin Ackley. Brendan Ryan is the shortstop, and Henry Blanco catches and bats ninth. And the first pitch tonight, a fastball to Brad Miller. It is fouled back for strike one.
And the Progressive scouting report for Martin Perez. 5-3, solid 3.44 ERA. It's coming down based on his last 3 starts.
Well, there's a hanger that's belted into the right field corner. That's going to be extra bases for Miller. Rios goes in there to dig it out, and Miller chugging into second base with a leadoff double.
Had the complete game victory over the Astros in his last start. Pitched very well at home, a 1.75 ERA in 4 home starts. And one of the things he hasn't done very often in the last 3 games is throw a pitch like the one Miller just got to hit right there. That was an ultimate hanging slider right in the zone.
2 pitches into the game, and Martin Perez will have to work from the stretch with Miller at second base. Very comfortable 89 degrees at game time here tonight. Hard to believe on the 17th of August that we would have temperatures this comfortable, but it has been great. Rangers hoping to make an awful lot of this nice weather too, trying to spice it up a bit with a win against the Mariners tonight. First pitch to Kyle Seager is a bit low for ball one. Umpiring crew tonight. We have the crew chief Dana DeMuth calling the balls and strikes. Angel Hernandez at first, Paul Nard at second, and Doug Eddings is over at third. Seager hitting .283 as Martin Perez sets. And there's a base hit to right field. That's going to put the Mariners on top as Rios over to cut it off. Coming in to score is Brad Miller. So back-to-back base hits, a double and now a single, and Seattle has the early 1-0 lead.
Seager continues to stroke the ball against the Rangers. He had the huge hit last night. Got the fastball to hit a 2-run homer to give them the lead. And he gets a fastball right in the center of the plate this time. Against a good hitter like that, you've just got to make better pitches. He's certainly shown that if he gets his pitch to hit, he can put the good part of the bat on it. Good solid hitter.
But nobody out with Seager at first. Kendrys Morales, the switch hitting designated hitter, is at the plate in a rip and a miss on the changeup. It is 0-1. Morales trying to hit that ball to downtown Dallas.
If that was a fastball in the same location, he might have.
Yeah, would have had a good shot at it, wouldn't he?
Yep.
Well, Morales, a .291 hitter, 17 home runs and 65 RBI. As that breaking ball is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Morales, the team leader with those 65 runs driven in. Came over in a very important trade as far as the Mariners were concerned. They sent Jason Vargas down the West Coast to Anaheim to join the Angels, and Kendrys Morales came over and has become a fixture right in the middle of the order, which is something that the Mariners really needed to have. And he has had a solid year for them. Morales, who got back into the lineup last year after suffering that terrible knee injury a couple of years ago. This is the better part of 2 years, and he's trying to atone for lost time. Tough play for Martin Perez, but Morales doesn't run all that well, so it made it a little bit easier. The outer recorded at first. Seager at second now in scoring position with one out, and Michael Morse coming up. We'll take a look at the Ranger defense behind Martin Perez tonight. Murphy, Martin, and Rios left, center, and right. Moreland at first. Kinsler and Andrews up the middle. Beltre at third. And Giovanni Soto catching Martin Perez. Same battery that did such a good job down in Houston against the Astros in that complete game by the young left-hander. The 1 on, 1 out, a run in. Here is Michael Morse, who's hitting .236. Pickoff play at second, and they got it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good throw, good quick move by Martin Perez with Kinsler right at the bag. And they just picked Kyle Seager clean.
It's nice to see someone else get picked off the bases rather than our guys. That was a beautiful pickoff play. Ian is right next to the bag. And boy, you can't throw it any more accurately than that. Tag is right there. That's a way to erase an out. Good job.
And Michael Morse, a big rip and a miss. It is 0-1. Morse, the big power hitting outfielder, gets fisted on that pitch and fouls it off. One of the pitcher's best friends, that pickoff play. And Seager got caught. Yeah, maybe leaning the wrong way, but more than anything, flat-footed.
Yeah, he just wasn't ready for it. He's figuring out his batting average after that double, after the single.
Yeah, counting up his RBIs and recalculating that batting average. Well, he had some extra time to do it. That was on the bench. 1-2, the count to Morse. Perez okays the sign. Back he comes. Jam shot out to short. Elvis, a high throw, stretching forward nicely, is Mitch Moreland. So the side retired, and the damage has been limited. A run on 2 hits and nobody left. After a half inning, the Mariners won. The Rangers coming up on Fox Sports Southwest. Starting lineup is delivered by DeMontron RV. Leonis Martin leads off. He's in center. Elvis Andrus is followed by Ian Kinsler. Batting cleanup playing third, Adrian Beltre. Alex Rios is in right. Mitch Moreland hits 6th. He plays first. Giovanni Soto is catching. Jurickson Profar is the DH tonight. And batting 9th, the left fielder, David Murphy.
And on the mound, Felix Hernandez. 12-5. Got the best ERA in the American League, 2.28. 178 strikeouts. That's the 4th best in Major League Baseball. He started 3 games against the Rangers this year. He's given up some home runs. He hasn't won a game, and his ERA is 4.66 against the Rangers. Well, he's had his moments against the Rangers, but the Rangers have had their moments against him as well.
Yep.
Probably more so than any other team, I would have to think.
Yep. Yeah, the Rangers have pinned more losses on Hernandez than any other team by half a dozen. And Leonis Martin skies one to center field. Dustin Ackley coming on and makes the grab. And Leonis Martin is retired for out number 1. He'll bring up Elvis Andrews. Take a look at the rest of the Mariners defense tonight behind Felix Hernandez. Ibanez in left. You saw Ackley in center. Michael Morris is in right. Smoke at first. Miller and Ryan up the middle tonight. Kyle Seager at third. Henry Blanco is catching. And Felix Hernandez, the 27-year-old right-hander, on the hill tonight. Cy Young Award winner back in 2010. Probably having a better year this year than he had in 2010, at least to this point. 2010, he was only a game over 500 with his record, but all the other numbers were just so outstanding, nobody could overlook it. First pitch to Elvis is inside for ball 1. 61 times Andrews and Hernandez have matched up. Elvis a 279 hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. When you're talking about the numbers, 12 and 18 is Felix Hernandez's career record against the Rangers. Angels have lost to or beat him 12 times, and that's the next closest. 1-2. Elvis a 254 overall, a home run, and 40 RBI. Last 5 ball games, you can see he's tailed off a little bit. Little check swing out in front of the plate. Blanco jumps on it, throws out Andrews, and there are 2 gone very quickly.
I think most hitters would rather take a full swing and miss than do that. The check swing, little tapper out in front of the plate. You just feel like you totally wasted it at that. Kind of caught in between. It's frustrating. I know exactly how Elvis feels. Did that a lot more than he has. Just get kind of caught in between. Turned out to be a pretty good pitch to hit.
You get about halfway through that, right after it ticks off the bat, you say, oh, did I just do that?
Those are the ones where you have to push yourself to run hard to first base. You know you're going to be out. You're very upset that you did it. And what you want to really do is turn and walk right straight into the dugout without even trying to run toward first base.
Off-speed pitch that glances off Kinsler's
Must have hit his
bat, I guess. I thought it hit him on the shoulder.
I thought it hit him too. It bounced right off his bat. It was an off-speed pitch, 80 miles an hour.
Watch where this goes. Yeah, it did. Just missed his back. I don't know how it missed his letters.
It looked like it hit every one of his numbers.
Yeah.
Letters.
And a chopper out towards short. Ryan has it. And quickly across the diamond. That will do it. Rangers go quietly in order. 1, 2, 3 and out. We finished 1. And it's already started. Hernandez going after Beltran. 1-0 Seattle.
For a Ranger win this evening, of course, in Community Corner this evening, Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation and Whataburger joined forces for the annual Strikeout Hunger. Tarrant County Food Bank collected pounds and thousands of food here at the ballpark tonight. To find out how you can help, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Now, Raul Ibanez starts things off and rifles a pitch foul outside first. It is 0-1. Ibanez, Smoke, and Ackley, the first three to face Martin Perez here in the Mariners' second inning. 1-0 Seattle. And a rip and a miss at the changeup. It is 0-2. Ibanez, 25 home runs. That's tops on the ball club. And it's good for 8th in the American League. 59 RBI. A little topper foul. Raul stepping in at 251 for the average. Pretty much been playing every day against the right-handers and left-handers for Seattle. That pitch down and in makes the count a ball and 2 strikes. Ibanez is also 8th in the American League with a .510 slugging percentage. Foul back. Be careful down there. 95, but had a lot of the plate. And that swing by Ibanez right on it. Ibanez 2 for 3 in his career. There's a look at that 5th pitch that had. Next pitch is low and outside, 2-2. Ibanez 0 for 3 with a walk in last night's ball game. Eric Holland handled him very effectively. A couple of strikeouts. Got him swinging. Pitch down. Ibanez is gone on strikes. First punch out for Martin Perez.
A much better location to Ibanez than the first 2 left-hand hitters. Miller and Seager got great pitches to hit. There's a changeup sinking down and in that really fooled Ibanez.
The one gone now is Justin Smoke, the hot-hitting Justin Smoke. He was 2 for 3 with a home run last night. That home run came off of Tanner Shepard in the 9th inning. He looks at a changeup that floats in for strike 1. 4 out of 5 in his career is Justin Smoke against Martin Perez. A couple of doubles. Rip on the changeup again. 0-2.
One thing good about his changeup, Buzz, it looks like it's one of those changeups that if he keeps it down like that, he can throw a lot of them.
Yeah.
Last night Iwakuma threw a lot of splitters, and it was so effective he could just keep throwing it. That's how good it was, and it really looks like he's got that kind of changeup.
Yeah, and it looks like too, Tom, when he gets the pitch down a little bit, say down around below the thigh, that it moves much more too. You get it down and he finishes it off so that it has some pretty good drop on it.
Yeah.
There's one that's popped up on the right side. Mitch Moreland circling to get underneath it and makes the grab. That's out number 2. So Smoke pops out. That's 4 straight now, set down by Martin Perez, and he will face Dustin Ackley. Ackley moving up a spot tonight. He was hitting 8th last night. He moved up to 7th tonight. Ackley an 0 for 4 with a strikeout in last evening's ball game. 1 ball, no strikes. Ackley has turned things around pretty well. You can see he's 0 for 5 against Martin Perez, but Ackley's hitting almost 300 since the All-Star break. You were mentioning last night, Tom, that the Mariners certainly would expect more from Dustin Ackley than just, the 230 batting average with not much run production.
Yeah, and you just have to be patient. These kids that they've got, they're not just 8th and 10th round draft choices that you're hoping do something that might be a little unexpected. These are top guys with a good pedigree that have been scouted, and a lot of people like them, not just the Mariners, but all teams like guys like Ackley and Smoke. And so when you like a guy like that, you got to keep running him out there, and you got to live with it. First couple of years, they've been struggling, and the team has suffered, but you know, if they all put it together, if he turns into a 300 hitter and can play center field, and Smoke turns into a run producer, then maybe the wait was worth it. But if you believe in him, you got to stick with him. You got to give him a chance. You can't jump off the bandwagon, because some guys develop a lot quicker than others.
Yeah, a good case in point is you see that Brendan Ryan is stepping in to face Martin Perez. Good case in point, Kyle Seager. And both he and Dustin Ackley came off that same team in North Carolina, drafted by the Mariners. And, you know, Seager came along a lot more quickly at the big league level than Ackley has. But does it mean that one guy can play and one guy can't? No, not yet.
Not yet.
You know, Seager's shown that he probably can play pretty well.
Seager's a third-round pick. Ackley was the second pick in the draft.
Yeah. A rip and a miss by Brendan Ryan.
But, you know, everybody's not Alex Rodriguez and Ken Griffey Jr. and highly touted kids that blossom, or Felix Hernandez when they're 19 and 21, 22. It doesn't happen that way most of the time. I like Nelly Cruz. Nelly Cruz didn't blossom till he'd been in the minor leagues for 6 or 7 years. Wasn't protected on a AAA roster, so you never know.
In the dirt, well, what a job by Giovanni Soto to keep that ball anywhere near home plate. Great block, and that forced Ackley to stay at first.
One thing you don't want to have happen is get rid of a player like that too soon and watch him blossom for somebody else.
Right.
That's the dilemma for personnel decision makers, is when you do cut loose someone, you got to be comfortable that you're making the right choice.
2-1 pitch coming from Perez. There goes Ackley. The pitch is high. The throw is wide and into center field, but backed up by Leonys Martin. Well, Martin coming on to save Giovanni Soto an error, but Ackley, the stolen base, gets himself into scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, and that was one. It looked like if Giovanni threw the ball a foot on the other side of second base, that he might have had a chance to get Ackley. But the throw was on the shortstop side, and there was no chance. Ian tries to make the tag quickly and doesn't catch the ball, but not too worried about it because he knows Martin is going to be right behind him.
Well, the count moves to 3 balls and a strike. Brendan Ryan hitting just 189. You got Ackley at second base. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Base hit to left field. Murphy is charging, but Ackley's got good speed, and he will score as the throw is cut off. So the stolen base immediately pays dividends as Brendan Ryan drives in his 18th run of the year, and the Mariners take a 2-0 lead.
2-out rally by a guy hitting 228, and the other one's hitting 189. But if you're in the big leagues and you got a bat in your hand, you got an opportunity to get a base hit when you get a pretty good pitch to hit.
Now, it has been a problem tonight for Martin Perez location-wise. It's just not control, but command within the strike zone. It's been off enough, and give the Mariners credit. They've been able to take pitches that were not exactly where Martin wanted to put them and turn them into hits and runs. They'll run across with 2 outs, back-to-back 2-out hits. Henry Blanco, veteran catcher, hitting 177 with 3 home runs and 14 driven in. Perez first pitch to him. That's off the glove of Soto, and down to second goes Brendan Ryan. And Mike Maddox is going to go out, try and slow things down a little bit for Martin Perez. That's going to be a pass ball charged to Giovanni Soto. That's one of the ones where you reach up, as a catcher, you reach up and the glove goes in front of your eyes, and it causes you to lose sight of the ball. In just that split second, that ball travels about 15 feet while you have your eyes blocked off, and it's hard to adjust to the movement. Well, Mike Maddox out to have his little conversation. Giovanni Soto stays to say a few more things to Martin Perez. Perez on a streak of 6 1/3 innings in each of his last 3 starts. 6 1/3 plus in each of his last 3. First time he's really had early inning adversity in any of them. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Blanco. Good off-speed pitch. It is a ball and a strike. Blanco, the veteran and 41-year-old catcher, signed as a free agent this year by the Mariners on June the 14th. Toronto had released him 4 days earlier. Good breaking ball, and that catches the inside corner. 1-2. Perez studying the signs as Blanco waits. Now Blanco tired of waiting, so he backs out. Brendan Ryan, the runner at second base. He had the RBI single driving home Dustin Ackley here in this frame. The 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Well, he came back with a changeup, got his second strikeout of the inning and the game, but the Mariners on a pair of 2-out hits put another run on the board after 1.5. Seattle 2, Texas nothing. Rules that are proposed for next season. And if your answer would be yes, get the calls right when you possibly can. Just go to Twitter and pop on hashtag FSMoreReplay. And if you don't think that replay needs to be incorporated in Major League Baseball, then no, keep the human element of the game. It's hashtag FSLessReplay. So more replay or less replay. And we will total up your responses, give you the answers, or give you the opinions later on in the ballgame. Here is Adrian Beltre, and the first pitch to him is very high for ball one. Beltre 2 for 2 last night, a couple of singles and a couple of walks. 320, the average against his good buddy, at least off the field. There's a strike. It is 1-1. One of those hits that Beltre had against King Felix, a home run. One pitch. You take a look at the leaders in the American League. This is as of the beginning of play today. Miguel Cabrera still leading the pack at 358, and Mike Trout at 330. Beltre only 4 or 5 points behind Trout. Chopper behind the bag at third. It's foul, and the count moves to 2-2.
Now, Hernandez has a lot of pitches that are effective. But right now, he used to be a guy that might have been 94, 96. Now he's more 92, 93, which is fine. He's the same pitcher. But he throws Buzz like an 89 or 90 mile an hour changeup.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a guy that throws a changeup a couple of miles an hour less than his fastball and is effective with it?
No, I really haven't. And, the thing that gets me about Felix Hernandez, Tom, and I know you and I have talked about this on occasion, is how much natural movement he has in the ball.
Yeah.
And the changeup is a good example of that. Most of the time, that 90 mile an hour, 89 mile an hour changeup is going to be dead straight for guys, and it's like a batting practice speed fastball for some guys. But for Hernandez, it moves more than his normal fastball, which is crazy. 2-2 pitch. In the air, hit pretty well to right, but that's slicing back into the crowd and out of play. But he's just one of those guys that has that kind of an arm where, you take 3 or 4 miles an hour off the fastball and the thing dives all over the place. Plus, he commands it very well, which certainly helps. Another 2-2 pitch coming. And Beltre out in front of that breaking ball a little bit. Looks out to Hernandez as if to say, what in the world was that? Month of August, Adrian Beltre, the second highest average in the American League. 420 with 12 RBI. That's the most on the Ranger club. A.J. Przinsky with 11. Both of them having great months. To center field, that's going to fall for a base hit. And Beltre is talking to Hernandez all the way down to first base. And Felix now has something to say to Adrian. That's great. Well, Beltre now has been on base 5 consecutive plate appearances. 2 singles, 2 walks last night. Single his first at bat here tonight. And he's still talking. Not a bad pitch.
No, he kind of hit a little bit off the end of the bat. But I think any hit Adrian gets is like a solid rope. It doesn't matter if it's a blooper or not. It's just the result that counts.
I don't know which happened first, contact or Adrian started yelling at him. Look on that replay. His mouth was open when he was hitting the ball. You might have been screaming at him before he ever made contact. Alex Rios down in the count, no balls and a strike with Beltre at first. There's a base hit to center field. Beltre to second will pull up as Ackley gets to the ball quickly. That a solid line drive rope off of Alex Rios' bat. And the Rangers have something going against Hernandez here in inning number 2. 2 on, nobody out. Mitch Moreland coming up.
That was a pretty good pitch to hit. We talked about a couple of pitches Martin threw that caught the middle of the plate. There's one Hernandez caught the middle of the plate with. Had a little movement on it, but the movement brought it right down the center of the plate. And Alex just ripped that ball hard into center field.
So here's Mitch with runners at first and second. Henry Blanco going out and putting on the defensive alignment that the Mariners want to have, but I don't think Mitch Moreland's going to be bunting here in the second inning. See, Mitch has not had a lot of success against Hernandez. He does have a home run. And the first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Mitch comes in. Hitting at 244. With the last 7 ball games, he has started to tail off a little bit again. But you go back over the last 16 games and he's hit right at 290. He's got Beltre at second, Rios at first, and the sinking fastball is outside. Or I guess that was that changeup, you want to call it that, 90 miles an hour. But it went down pretty good, whatever it was.
I know it's only 2 miles an hour difference, and it does have great movement, but there's a lot of times they swing at it, and you can tell it's a changeup because they're a little bit out in front of it. It's amazing.
Well, would you get yourself geared up mentally against a guy like Hernandez, knowing that he has 95 if he wants it?
Yeah, for sure.
That's outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to Moreland. So Mitch in the driver's seat here. He's trying to extend the guys getting on base in front of Giovanni Soto, who's waiting in the on-deck circle. It all started with Adrian Beltre talking his way through first base with that single. Alex Rios singled, and now Hernandez has fallen behind 3-0 to Mitch Moreland. Outside, ball 4, and that'll load him up for Giovanni Soto.
As great as Hernandez is, he's made an improvement in his game this year that's pretty dramatic. He's walking 1.7 batters per 9 innings. And his career, it's about 2.7. 2.7 is fine. 1.7 is really good. So he's cut his walks down by about 1 per 9 innings so far this year. He's only walked 33 batters in 173 innings. And there's a walk right there early in the ballgame.
Soto takes a pitch that just comes into the inside corner for strike 1.
Buzz, we were talking about Iwakuma last night in the first inning. The Rangers had some good pitches to hit. This is one of those innings right here.
Yep.
You know, you got to get him right now. He's not throwing that well. Chances are he gets out of this and comes back for the third, and you're going to be seeing something different. So get him while you can. That's what Iwakuma did after the first inning. He just shut the Rangers down.
Now, they were able to get their 1 run in the third inning last night.
Yeah.
But, you know, after that, they had no chance. I mean, there was nothing given to them. Fourth inning last night was when they got their run. But for the first 4 innings, 3+, he wasn't very good. He wasn't Iwakuma, but after that he was. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. He appealed down to Angel Hernandez at first, and he rang up that right fist.
That's one where the movement on that pitch got him. Started his swing when it looked like a strike, and then tried to stop it when it moved in on his fist. That was a lot like the pitch that Ian got last night from Yoervis Medina. Although I don't remember a pitch moving any more than that pitch Medina threw last night.
1-2 the count. Hernandez set. Call strike 3. Well, that fastball down at the knees on the outside corner. And Giovanni Soto gone. He's asking Dana Demuth if it was on the swing or if it was a called strike. I think Demuth told him it was a called third strike. A very big out number 1 for Felix Hernandez.
That's a strike. I don't know if he swung at it, but the pitch is a strike for sure. Well, now it's up to the youngster right here. Bases loaded and 1 out. Try not to let Felix get off the hook right here.
Need to put it in play to the outfield if you can. Profar at 236. Check swing on the pitch down and away, and Doug Eddings at third said no swing. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Jurickson just 3 for his last 22. But you can see against Felix Hernandez, how about 2 for 3? A pretty impressive way to start your major league career. Beltre, Rios, and Moreland, third, second, and first. To right center field, falling in a hurry. Ackley's going to play it on a bounce. Beltre trots down the line to score. Everybody else advances 90 feet. And Jurickson Profar gets the Rangers on the board. It is 2-1, Seattle.
Great at bat for Jurickson. I say you can't let him off the hook. He got the strikeout. Got the 21-year-old up there at the plate. And he drives the ball into center field. And, you know, and I thought Ackley was going to come in and catch the ball. Ackley laid off it and caught it on a hop. It's going to be a run anyway. But now the Rangers have a chance to get more with only 1 out. See, Ackley stops on that ball. Looked like if he came right at the ball, he might have been able to catch it.
Almost did a little stutter step to slow himself down.
Yep.
Well, here's David Murphy. And the pitch to him is high and outside for ball 1. And Murphy, of all the Ranger hitters, has given Hernandez the most problems. You can see everybody else on that Profar single moving up 90 feet. Beltre is scoring the run. Profar now with 20 RBI. Murphy looking to improve his RBI total. It stands at 37. Didn't mean to do it, the off-speed pitch, and that evens the count now on a ball and a strike.
Profar was able to lay off the pitch that was out of the strike zone, changeup on the first pitch. And with the bases loaded after already walking a batter, Hernandez had to throw him a strike, and he was ready for it. He drilled it into center field.
Saw the graphic there. Murphy with 3 home runs career against Felix Hernandez. He's got the bases full of teammates with one out here in the second inning. That ball's hit well to center field. Ackley's going back, still going back. It's over his head. It's off the wall. Rio scored. Moreland is being waved around. The throw is high. He is safe. A two-run double by Murphy makes it a 3-2 Ranger lead as David Murphy turns the game around.
The Rangers were lucky there. Mitch Moreland made a base running mistake. Instead of going halfway, Mitch went back to second base. He really might have been held at third, but Gary couldn't hold him at third because Profar was already running to third base. So he had to wave Mitch home, and then thankfully the relay throw home was high and wide, and Mitch was able to score. But on that ball, you can't tag up with one out. You've got to go halfway. Mitch goes back to second, but doesn't have to pay the price for it. Now watch the play. Mitch goes back to tag up at second base. The ball comes off the wall to Ackley, who gets it in quickly. Profar's already on his way to third base. Mitch has to be waved home, and the throw is way offline. Fortunately, and Mitch is able to score and gets away with it.
No, two runs across on that hit. The squeeze is on. The bunt is out in front of the plate. The throw, no, he didn't get it. Sliding home safely is Profar on the suicide squeeze that almost wasn't. The Rangers lead 4-2.
The suicide squeeze that almost wasn't. There's a line that's never been uttered before, but that's exactly what it was. Luckily, Profar left in time and just was able to get his hand on the plate because it wasn't a very good bunt. The bunt was just barely out in front of the plate. Here comes Profar. There's the bunt. Blanco gets the ball, but can't quite reach him. What a great slide by Profar. And Dana DeMuth right on top of it, the home plate umpire.
Blanco needed about another glove length extension on there to get him, and he didn't have it. So things working right for the Rangers here against Hernandez in the second. 4 runs across, first and third, I should say. And the first pitch to Elvis Andrus is low for ball 1.
And here you got a man on third base and one out. You got to get this guy in too. Get him while you can. Don't give him a chance to regroup and come out strong in the next inning.
Saw David Murphy over there at third. Leonis Martin at first, and Leonis certainly a chance to run here. Big breaking ball that comes over. So the scoring on the bunt by Leonis Martin, he gets credit for a sacrifice. He reaches on a fielder's choice, but no at-bat charge to him. He does get the RBI. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. And Hernandez going to work on Martin at first. Well, the Rangers with a big 4 spot here in the second inning. And you can count on very few fingers the number of times that Felix Hernandez has given up a crooked number like this in a ball game to a club. Inside, 2-1.
The good thing the Rangers, that they took advantage of it. He didn't have good command this inning. He's struggling, and they made him pay for it. Sometimes a guy's struggling, and line drive has hit at somebody. A one-hop smash turns into a double play. He gets out of the inning, and then he puts it back together, and you missed your chance. But Rangers have not missed their chance, but got a chance to make it 5-2 with a man on third. Elvis ahead in the count right here.
2-1 the count. Hernandez shakes off a couple of signs, now says okay. There goes Martin. The pitch is grounded through the hole on the right side, a base hit. Murphy scores. Martin continues on to third, and Elvis Andrus with a hit and run base hit makes it a 5-2 Ranger lead.
Well, when you see the plays executed the way the Rangers have executed them this inning, I think 2 of the most fun plays to watch in baseball are a squeeze play and a hit and run. You see the runner go, you see the second baseman cover second base, you see the batter hit the ball right through the hole just like he tried to. score a run, stays first and third, and before that, the squeeze play. They're great plays to watch, fan favorites.
Well, the Rangers now with 5 hits in the inning. They have scored 5 times. Runners still at first and third, still 1 out, and Ian Kinsler up for his second at bat. He is the 9th Ranger to come to bat here in the second inning. He takes ball 1 low and outside.
Well, in his last 9 starts, Hernandez has been 4-1 with a 1.03 ERA. So you can't throw the ball much better than he's been throwing the ball.
And we'll go back to what he has done in this ballpark, and it has not been his favorite place to pitch.
No, it hasn't. And the Rangers are definitely not his favorite team to face either.
Fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. Elvis saying, hey, nice going, Leonis, over there at third base. Way to watch it. Leonis Martin taking his lead down from third. 1 ball, 1 strike. There goes Andrus. The pitch is outside. There will be no throw as Blanco come up, bluffed the throw to second, and then checked to third, and Elvis Andrus in with a stolen base.
Yeah, with Martin at third, they didn't want to take a chance on a throw to second, and Martin may be coming home. So that's fine. Martin stayed at third, but now there's no double play. Infield's back, ground ball to second, ground ball to short. You score a run.
Pitch catches the upper reaches of the strike zone. It's 2-2. You know, he talked about Hernandez giving up runs this year. This is the second time this year he's given up 5 runs in an inning.
Wow.
That's been it.
I wouldn't have thought he'd done that before.
On the 20th of June, he gave up 5 to the Angels in 1 inning.
Wow. Well, it's nice to have 5, but boy, 2 right here to make it 7-2. You break the game open.
Chopper to short. Staying with it, Ryan, a very sure-handed shortstop, and he throws out Kinsler. That is out number 2, and it'll bring up the guy that started this whole inning. It's Adrian Beltre.
They brought the infield in. He was playing back, and then on that pitch, he moved into about, maybe 2/3 of the way. If he hit that ball a few pitches before that, he would have been playing back on the grass. It would have been a run.
Well, the Rangers have batted around. Beltre started this with a single to center field. And he pulls that first pitch foul off the railing of the camera bay down there. It's 0-1. 32 pitches in this inning for Felix Hernandez. The Rangers have not only gotten to him, they have made him work overtime here in the second inning. 0-1 the count to Beltre. Going after that off-speed pitch, and Adrian, with that swing, looked like he grabbed the lower part of his back. Carter Capps up and loosening. Wonder how many starts that Felix Hernandez has made where you've seen somebody up in the second inning.
Not too many. Pitches at least 6 innings, about 85 or 90% of the time in his career.
0-2 as Beltre waits. In the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. Leonis Martin at third. At second base, Elvis Andrus. Felix Hernandez trying to struggle through and get the last out here of the second inning. Rangers have already plated 5. And Beltre trying to make it more. Up the middle, stopped by the second baseman Miller on the backhand, and he throws out Beltre. Now the Rangers send 10 men to the plate, 5 of them score, and we'll go to the third. It's now the Rangers 5, the Mariners 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. Coors Light cold hard fact for you. Ranger starters have allowed 4 or fewer runs in 19 straight games. That's the longest streak since 1991 when they had 20 consecutive games. This cold hard fact brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Martin Perez fires a strike to Brad Miller, who leads off the Mariner third inning. Miller began the game by doubling into the right field corner and came around on Kyle Seager's RBI single. That got things off on the wrong foot for Martin Perez. And now with a 3-run lead, he is trying to put up a 0 in that shutdown inning and let the Rangers come back and get after Felix Hernandez some more. The 1-1 on the way. 1-2. Miller at 254. 4 home runs, got a little pop. 22 RBI. Breaking ball is hit in the air to center field. Jogging in to get underneath it, Leonis Martin captures it. That is out number 1. Well, time now for a Mazda game break. Here's Dana Larson. Dana?
Third baseman Kyle Seager.
All right, Dana, thank you. Look at the updated standings in the American League East. Is Boston now a 1.5 lead over Tampa Bay? There's Martin Perez now getting it zeroed in. He fires a strike to Kyle Seager. Seager drove in his 57th run of the year with that first inning single. Just off the outer edge. It's a ball and a strike. Seager, you remember last night, snapping that 0 for 21 streak that he was in with the 8th inning 2-run home run off Neil Kotz. A little bit low, 2-1. Seager now 3 for 9 in his career against Martin Perez. Left-hander deals the 2-1, and that's low and outside. 3 balls and a strike. The Seager hitting the number 2 slot tonight will be followed by the designated hitter, Kendrys Morales. Perez back to the plate. That ball's hammered to right field. Rios is going back. All I can do is watch this. That is in the upper home run porch off the bat of Kyle Seager. The home run makes it a 5-3 Ranger lead.
Yeah, the more Seager hits the Rangers, the more they throw the pitch right down the middle to him. And I know he's not trying to do that, but he keeps getting good pitches to hit. He worked the count 3-1 and then gets a fastball pretty much right where he got the fastball last night. And there's no doubt he can hit it. First time up, he got a pitch in the center square. That pitch is right down the middle of the plate. You see the first pitch is right underneath it. No doubt about that one. Just a case of how important it is to try to get ahead in the count and not let a guy get into a fastball count and then get that fastball to hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the whole secret, to stay out of that count. Pitch inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. As Perez now falling behind Morales also. And you can say the same thing for Kendrys Morales. You do not want to have to pitch in fastball counts to him very often. 2-0 pitch. Had a good rip at that, fouled it straight back.
Yeah, you see it. You see the way Martin has pitched in the last 3 games, and you just assume that that's the way it's going to be the rest of the year. But you have to, as we always say, Buzz, you have to take a deep breath and step back and know that at 22 you're going to have some games where you just can't pinpoint your stuff the same way. And now it's, can he battle through that lack of command in the strike zone and get through 5, 6, or 7 innings and keep the lead. That's You would know better than anybody, Buzz. It's probably pretty easy to pitch when everything's working and you're throwing it exactly where you want to.
It's very easy. That's a lot of fun, man. Where it's not fun is nights like this. Did a good job of getting the changeup away from him and a ground ball to Beltre. Out number 2. And there you can do it. A fastball count to Morales. You're able to throw the changeup and get him off that good swing. 0-2 gone. Well, folks, MLB.com @bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. It's available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. @bat delivers Rangers baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and a lot more. Just text @bat to 31826 or visit TexasRangers.com for details. First ball swinging, Michael Morse, skies to right. So the damage limited, as it has been the first 3 innings, to 1 run. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's the Rangers 5, the Mariners 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. Is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers and by Jack in the Box. Well, the Mariners just keep putting up single runs, and Rangers with that 5 spot in the 2nd take a 5-3 lead. Into the 3rd inning, Alex Rios starts things off, and first ball swinging, pops it into shallow center field. On comes Ackley amid a trio of Mariners. Ackley puts it away, and Rios is gone for out number 1. Let's take a look at the Coors Light freeze cam. Adrian Beltre got that started, that pitch away, but then the ball started working its way to the middle of the plate. That was Rios, then Profar, and then David Murphy. It was a breaking ball, but right in the heart. And then Elvis taking the ball the other way. A stretch that you don't see Felix Hernandez have very often, where he just loses command of either side of the plate.
Yeah, and we're talking about the 22-year-old Martin Perez struggling somewhat tonight with that same problem. And here's the best pitcher in baseball going through the same thing. So it's not that easy. I guess sometimes maybe we make it sound easy from up here. Hey, don't throw the ball there, throw it there. But it's not that easy. And they've got a game plan, and they're trying to execute it. And when they make a mistake like that, they're not trying to throw it there. It's just not going where they want it.
And the majority of time, Major League pitchers don't throw the ball in those locations.
No, they don't.
But that may be 60% of the time that they execute, or maybe higher, a little bit lower.
I guess if Major League pitchers executed the pitch every time, the batting champion would probably hit about 210.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
maybe not even that.
2-1 to Moreland. And that's low and outside. 3-1. Mitch drew a walk his first time up there. And he's trying to get aboard with 1 out here in the 3rd. He'll be followed by Giovanni Soto. Well, and I think the big difference, Tom, a guy like Hernandez and a guy like Perez, there's a strike, is Felix knows what adjustments to make when he doesn't have his best stuff or when his command's off a little bit. Martin hasn't pitched long enough to really have all those adjustments down at his fingertips. He will, but that's the key to being a successful pitcher, is knowing what adjustments to make and making them quickly. Seager, the third baseman, waiting for the ball to come down. Moreland pops out. There are 2 gone for Soto.
I guess if a pitcher could execute his pitch every time in the big leagues, the guys winning batting championships would be guys like Vladimir Guerrero, Adrian Beltre, Pudge Rodriguez, Manny Sanguillen, the guys that are bad ball hitters to begin with.
Yep.
But guys that wait for a good pitch to hit, they'd be out of luck because they wouldn't be getting any.
First pitch to Soto is a breaking ball that finds its way to the inside corner for strike 1. Giovanni called out on strikes his first time up, and oddly enough, that is the only strikeout of the night registered by Felix Hernandez.
Buzz, I've got to say hi to some special people that I met tonight. I had a chance to go down to one of the luxury suites tonight, and I met Loyal and Velma Miller. Loyal is 92, Velma is 93. They live in the Highland Springs retirement community over in North Dallas. I know there's a lot of people from Highland Springs watching tonight, so hi to all of you. And I was very happy to meet your friends Loyal and Velma Miller tonight, along with a lot of members of their family. So I'm glad you're here tonight and hope you're enjoying the game.
Very good. You sure picked a nice night to come out. Doesn't get much better than this in the middle of August around these parts. No balls, 2 strikes. Giovanni Soto waiting. And the breaking ball in the dirt. He's able to lay off it. 1-2 now the count. Soto hitting at .213 as he faces Hernandez. The base is empty here in the 3rd inning. Hernandez to the wind, and the 1-2 pitch. Slow tapper down the third baseline, and then veers off into foul territory. Seager made an off-balance throw anyway, but Soto will come back and we'll try it again. Now the Ford leaderboard, we were talking strikeouts. How about strikeouts since 2005, which was the first full year for Felix Hernandez.
There's his changeup right there, Buzz. See his fingers?
Yeah. There you go.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're right.
I got excited.
Yeah, that is the changeup right there. The circle, kind of a half circle, semicircle changeup with that index finger. CC Sabathia leading the group of strikeout kings in that era. Got him swinging. Twice now, Giovanni's gone down on strikes, and Hernandez has a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd. We finished 3, the Rangers 5, the Mariners 3 on Fox Sports Southwest.
was the scene before the game. The Fox Sports Fan Express rolling in from Shreveport and Bossier, Louisiana area. That's right, on board. Plenty of Ranger fans. Shreveport and Bossier, Louisiana, like the Rowe family. You guys having a good time so far at the game? Brought your glove, maybe a foul ball over here. Okay, well, good to have Bossier, Louisiana in the house tonight in Shreveport. They're also making friends with the hot dog guy in their area. Hearing this guy all game long. Hot dog! There you go. They're having a good time here from Bossier and Shreveport, Louisiana. Appreciate it, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Oh, goodness. Next pitch to Raul Ibanez is low, and Martin Perez falling behind the left fielder for the Mariners. 2 balls and no strikes. Ibanez went down swinging the first time, but he faced Martin Perez. Perez with a couple of strikeouts tonight. The 2-0 pitch. Shallow left field. That is going to be trouble because it's falling very quickly. Ibanez going for 2, and the throw airmails second, but backed up by Moreland. Ibanez a hustling leadoff double. David Murphy playing way over toward left center field. And there was no way for him to get there in time, and Ibanez a looping double to start things off here in the 4th inning.
That's too bad for Martin Perez. He makes a good pitch. Ibanez doesn't hit it well. He just pops it up. Unfortunately, he popped it up in an area where no one could get to it. And fortunately, Mitch Moreland is backing up the throw.
No, Justin Smoke now will step to the plate. Smoke a pop out to first base his first time. And he skies this one to shallow left, going out. Elvis Andrews making the call and the catch for out number 1. Smoke got the pop-ups this evening. Once to first, once to short.
Buzz got a bunch of birthdays I'm going to try to get to. Sue Rainey from Arlington is 87. Bill Ward from Palestine, 97. Dean Mullen from Kittiquay, Texas is 80. Erlene Blakeney from Lubbock, Erlene is 85. Nelda Edwards from Texarkana is 86. Julian Aldaco from Plainview is 88. Ed Darling from Kemp is 83. A lot of Saturday birthdays. That's part of them. Get back to the game.
Here's Dustin Ackley, who singled and scored his first time up there. And the first pitch to him is on the inner part of the plate. Not exactly where Martin wanted it, but it worked out pretty well.
That'd be a good inning for Martin if he can strand that leadoff double at second base. That'll give him some confidence going into the 5th inning if he can pitch around that.
And this one rolled over onto second. Kinsler, quick throw to first. Ackley's retired. On to third goes Ibanez. But he's there now with 2 outs. And Brendan Ryan coming up. Well, folks, this September, Metro PCS is giving your child a chance to take outfielder David Murphy to school. Log on to MetroPCSTakeAPlayer.com for your chance to win. That's Metro PCS Wireless for All. Well, the leadoff double, and Ibanez now at third with 2 outs. Brendan Ryan had the RBI single in the 2nd inning to drive home the 2nd Mariner run of the night. Perez will work from the stretch. And the first pitch is chopped foul into the Mariner dugout on the third base side. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Brendan Ryan had a big 2-out single to drive in a run in the 2nd inning. Martin got the first 2 outs, then a single by Ackley, a stolen base, and a solid base hit to left field by Ryan scored a run. Has not been a good year so far for Brendan.
No, the last 25 games, he's hit just over 100. And another tapper foul on the third base side. Well, Martin Perez up in the count. 0-2. And one way to knock out King Felix, if you can't do it while he's on the mound, try and get him when he's not looking over there in the dugout.
Hey, that ball wasn't hit that hard, Felix.
Beltre was giving him a hard time from third base. 0-2 as Martin Perez sets. Tried to get him to offer the changeup. wouldn't do it. Ryan now with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now, Brendan Ryan, the everyday shortstop for the Mariners, until Franklin and Miller came on the scene in the latter stages of June. And Brendan Ryan kind of relegated to a backup role. The Mariners really feel that Franklin and Miller are the guys of the future. Swinging strike 3. And a good job by Martin Perez. He puts up a 0 in the 4th inning. No runs, a hit, and 1 big runner left stranded. 3.5 in the books. It's the Rangers 5, the Mariners 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. August 19th marks the last week of summer for most of the area teachers and kids. The Rangers are honoring the last 7 days of summer with a $7 upper reserve seat ticket and a savings of $12 off the regular gate price. The $7 tickets are available at TexasRangers.com at all box office locations, or you can call 972-RANGERS. Well, where's the summer gone? I bet there are a bunch of kids asking the same thing.
Just teachers asking the same thing, too.
They're already back to work. Yep. Jurickson Profar, an RBI single and a run scored in that big 5-run second inning for the Rangers tonight. He is leading off here in the 4th. And he pops the pitch up in foul territory. To take a look, Seager and Blanco. And that back in the camera well down there, out of their reach. It is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Arlene Brent is 94 years old today. Emily Robertson was 85 yesterday. Bob and Vername Brashear from Bowie celebrating their 59th wedding anniversary. Dave and Sharon Hansen from Greenwood, Louisiana, celebrating their 50th. Lois and Jimmy Wilkerson from San Angelo, their 51st today. Clyde and Ann Evat from Richmond, Texas, their 55th anniversary.
Two balls, 1 strike to count. Profar waiting. Hernandez to the wind. A good rip at that high fastball, and that evens the count now at 2-2.
Yeah, Hernandez has had 2 really quick innings, the first and the third, which has allowed him to have a halfway decent pitch count.
62 here with nobody out in the 4th inning, but considering he threw almost 40 in that second inning, it's pretty workable. That pitch high, and the count is now full. So Profar trying to get aboard to start off the Ranger 4th. David Murphy will follow in the order. 37 pitches in that second inning for Felix Hernandez. Payoff pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4. And he has lost Profar on a leadoff walk.
I mentioned that he's walking less than 2 per 9 innings, but tonight he has walked 2 already. And finishing up Grace Williams from Lampasas was 98 years old on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Grace. Rosie Fisher from Colleyville, 83 today. And Mary Ellen Beatty from Allen, 81 today. Happy birthday, everybody, and happy anniversaries as well. Hope the Rangers bring you home a victory tonight.
Now David Murphy stepping in. Murph had that big 2-run double in that second inning. Pitch pops out of the glove of Blanco, but not far enough away for Profar to advance. For David Murphy, that was his first hit of this homestand in the first 4 games. Murph had been 0 for 6. That big 2-run double got the Rangers really feeling better about the goings-on in that second inning. That came with the bases full. One 1-0 pitch to left field. Ibanez retreating, makes the catch. Profar almost all the way to second, has to retrace his steps. And that is out number 1 as Murphy hit a bullet out there, but right at Ibanez. Now back to the top of the order. It'll be Leonis Martin to face Hernandez. Martin had that sacrifice, suicide squeeze that turned into a fielder's choice and an RBI. Drove in the run as Profar scored from third. And first ball swinging, he skies one to center field. Ackley in under it, and that is out number 2.
Well, Martin's had a couple of fastballs to hit in this game. Maybe a little too high for him to handle. He's been late on both of them. He's popped them both up to center field. Looked like he's hit them on the good part of the bat. Just wasn't quite quick enough to hit the head of the bat out there.
Well, that'll bring up Elvis Andrus now to face Hernandez for the 3rd time. Elvis, that hit and run single to right field that drove in his 41st RBI of the year. Also had a stolen base, but was stranded at second. Now he's got Profar at first and 2 outs here in the Ranger 4th inning. A looper out into left field. In a hurry is Ibanez. The ball hanging up for him, and Ibanez makes the grab. So the leadoff walk to Profar does no good for the Rangers. They leave him stranded. We're going to the 5th inning. Martin Perez will take a 5-3 lead back to the mound. Fox Sports Southwest for Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. And it's been a pretty good experience so far for the youngsters and their parents, or the folks they're with. 5-3, Rangers on top as Martin Perez back to the mound. And as always in our Fox Sports Southwest telecast, joining us for the 5th inning Rangers Live co-host Mark McLemore. Mac, thanks for stopping by. I know you're up here doing something, so you just happen to be in the area.
Just in the area. Thought I'd drop in, see how you guys are doing.
Well, good. Good.
Glad you're here, Mac.
Always good to see you. Perez pitch is inside to Henry Blanco. Didn't look real good to start off with. You give Felix Hernandez a couple of runs early to work with. Got to be impressed, though, the way the Rangers came back after him.
Very impressed, especially dropping a 5 spot there. Being down 2-0 to Felix, he started smelling it, even though it was early. Normally he doesn't let that happen, but the Rangers seem to have his number.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about it in this ballpark particularly. Although the close games, low-scoring close games that they've had in Seattle against him, they've found a way, if they could keep it manageable, a 1-run deficit, they would find something to do late in the game to get to him.
Right. They would always find a way to win. Somehow, something, whether it's, the defense having a problem or some way, they would find a way to win.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start off the 5th inning, walking the number 9 man.
No, that's a bad walk. The catcher hitting 177.
First walk of the game, but it came at a very inopportune time. And so Blanco at first base with nobody out. Brad Miller, second baseman, will step to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight.
It won't look so bad if he bounces into a double play, though.
That'd make it look okay. Just setting him up, getting him overconfident is what you would say after that happened. A rip and a miss by Miller.
Well, our team did a great job in the 4th inning pitching around a leadoff double. And trying to pitch around a leadoff walk. Difference is you got the top of the order coming up now.
Fly ball center field. That is playable as Leonis Martin backs up a few steps. Makes the grab. Back to first goes Blanco, and there is out number 1, but here comes Kyle Seager. Well, folks, you can take time right now to play Lotto Texas with Extra for your chance to win Texas-sized jackpots. It's Texas' original jackpot game, and it's available at your favorite lottery retailer. Seager back to his old tricks here against the Rangers after being in a miserable slump when he came in to play yesterday. Got that big home run last night. Tonight he has driven in a couple of runs. He is 2 for 2, a single and a solo home run. Oh, and he got a hanging breaking ball in the middle of the plate there.
Glad he missed it.
This season, Kyle Seager, the updated version of opponents' batting averages against the Rangers. No, 520.
I don't know how anybody gets Kyle Seager out. But he's not hitting 520 against everybody else. No. And Rangers have a good pitching staff, too. There you go.
Rip and a miss. Pitch down, and Seager over the top of it. 0-2.
Good changeup.
Seager back in. Blanco with not very good speed at first. He's not being held closely by Mitch Moreland. Perez sets the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging. 3 straight changeups. Gets the strikeout.
There's the formula. So we were talking about earlier, Buzz. He's got the kind of changeup you can throw him one right after the other.
Yep.
That's tough to hit, especially when you've been hitting fastballs all night long.
Yeah.
So 2 gone. And here's Kendrys Morales, who is 0 for 2 with a tapper back to the mound and a ground ball to third. Off the end of the bat, Elvis has it. And again, a good job by Martin Perez. Last inning was working around a leadoff double. This inning, a leadoff walk, and the runners are stranded. We're halfway through the ball game. The Rangers 5, the Mariners 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. shot, and in Granbury, Texas. And this is the devastation that the folks down there suffered during the tornado outbreak. And boy, it is, as you can see, still largely untaken care of. And they really need our help. And that's why we're asking all of you to please help us support the victims of the recent devastating storms in both North Texas and Oklahoma. Visit FoxSportsSouthwest.com right now to purchase a limited edition of We Are One t-shirt. And while you're there, be sure to check out some of the unique sports and entertainment packages that will be auctioned off during this Tuesday's Ranger telecast. That'll be on the 20th, right here at the ballpark, and we'll be with you the entirety of the ball game. We stuff going on to great auction items, and John Radigan will be hosting that from the Captain Morgan Club. So make sure and support all you can. We appreciate Fox Sports and everybody taking the interest. The folks really are in need of some of this chipping in and helping them out. Ian Kinsler leading off. He's ahead of the count, 3 balls and no strikes. And again, Felix Hernandez showing a side of him we don't see very often. That's lack of command here in this ball game. 3-0 pitch to Kinsler, and that's low, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. And Jurickson Profar started off the 4th with a walk, and now Kinsler a walk here in the 5th, and here we go again. Here comes the Beltre Felix Hernandez get together.
Yeah, did you ever know a pitcher and a hitter that had anything going like these two guys do?
No.
The smack talk going back and forth?
Not like that. Not during the game on the field. I think, you've got your friends that, you jaw back and forth with, but not during the game, not like that. I've never seen it like that before. That's got to be a lot of fun. Just being around it and being able to actually hear what they're saying, that's got to be fun.
It looked like when Beltre got that single to start off the second inning, it looked like he was yelling before he made contact.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
As soon as Felix started, he started yapping.
And sometime during the swing, he started yelling at him. I'm going to crunch this one. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like that either.
Yeah, that's got to be a lot of fun. I know it's fun. It's fun for me watching it.
Sure. Well, and the more you're around Adrian Beltre, the more you appreciate, I think, how he goes about his job as a Major League Baseball player. There goes Kinsler. The pitch is outside. The throw is late. Ian able to get in there with the head first side, and he's off the bag. The second base umpire, Paul Nart, called him safe. And then when the second baseman, Miller, said, look down here, he's off the bag, Nart called him out.
Second straight night. A.J. Brzezinski slid over the bag last night. And evidently Ian slid over the bag this time. What happens then, Mac? Is that too late of a slide that you slide that far?
No, actually, you want to hook your feet onto the base like that because that gets you to the base sooner. You just have to make sure your whole body goes over it, and that slows you down. Part of his body, his body's not even there, really.
He wasn't on the base. You say he pushed his foot off. Let's see if he does. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. His foot's on the base. He pushed his foot off the base. Great camera shot. And you could see Ian's lips. He pushed my foot off the base, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, Ian not real thrilled about that. And Beltre now is swinging a miss. It's 2-1.
So that's what you want to end up with your foot hooking the bag.
Yes.
Okay.
I like going over with my entire body because my body going over the bag would slow me down even more, but I knew I would stay on it all the time and keep contact, and I would try and hook it with my feet.
Outside, 3-1 the count.
That way you're actually going in later to the bag, so you still have a nice head of steam going in. You see it when a lot of guys slide and they get to the bag and they can just put their hands on the bag.
It slows them down?
Way too far.
Ah, okay.
They started sliding way too early.
Yeah, that's a good point.
3-2. We'll get another look at that, Mac, and see what you're talking about.
See, he goes over the bag, he hooks it. Now, if he's talking about that, which I don't think he saw that, that's where the issue is.
Payoff pitch, and it's low. Ball 4. Adrian Beltre going to stand at home plate and say something before he takes his shin guard off. Make sure Felix hurt him. So Beltre, a single, a ground out, and now a walk.
Felix doesn't want to look at him
He's
at all.
not in the mood for talking tonight.
He's got Felix talking to himself now, what Beltre has done to him.
Mac, what about when you slide feet first? Where do you want to end up? Is that different than head first?
For me, it wasn't different than head first. I'd like going into the base as late as possible. So I would try and do a pop-up slide going into the base. But you would have to be careful not to pop up so hard that your momentum would take you up off the base. So I like going in late and hit that bag hard with my foot and then pop up.
Okay. Do you ever pop up short of the bag? That's
Yes.
That's embarrassing.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I have. If it gets real sticky, what
You
you
beat
can
the
do.
tag, though, didn't you?
I've stopped short of the bag going feet first and head first. Now that's embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing too.
And
now.
sometimes it's painful.
Yeah.
Because when you get stuck like that, Kinsler had one of those. You get stuck
Right.
like that, your face goes into it. You do a nice face plant. That doesn't feel too good.
Get that nose down for your landing gear.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
And unless you like the taste of mud.
Beltre aboard, one out. Alex Rios at the plate. Check swing, it's a strike anyway. And it's 1-2. Now here's Rios going in feet first to second. That's what you're talking about
That's
right there,
the
Matt.
pop-up?
That's the pop-up. He could have gone in a little bit later. A lot of it depends on your steps as well. I would try and chop my steps, so I made sure I got in late. But Rios has, he takes 3 strides and he's at second base anyway.
Got him swinging. Well, Hernandez with just his 3rd strikeout of the night. Rios is gone. And with 2 outs, Mitch Moreland will come up. And before Mitch steps in, let's take time for a Mazda game break. Here's Dana Larson.
Boy,
Thanks,
they
Dana.
can't.
Yeah, that's a little beyond hot.
They're going on like it'll be 42-8, I think
Yep,
it is.
that's right. That's exactly right. First pitch to Mitch, that breaking ball, and veers inside. Here's an updated look. You remember back in the middle of June, wow, Dodgers were on the other side of 8,
Yeah.
I think, behind Arizona. It's gotten ridiculous.
And Mattingly was almost on his way out
Yeah,
the door.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was.
He was having bag search on the way into the clubhouse to make sure nobody had an exit visa for him. Pitch is a strike. Mitch taking that fastball was down. Didn't really care for the call too much. It's 1-1. And all of a sudden the Dodgers with Clayton Kershaw and Zach Greinke and now Nolasco. Not only are they scoring runs, they've got the people to stop the other team from scoring. A ball and a strike. Hernandez set a check of first. Off speed is off the plate inside.
A situation like that, it just makes you think what turned it around for them all of a sudden. Was it, okay, this group of guys that they got last year in that big trade, did it take them a year to gel and come together?
Seems like that, and Yasiel Puig seems like he energized him too. But it really looked like that it took some time for that group to gel too.
Pitch is high, and Mitch now with a 3-1 count, trying to extend this inning. If Moreland gets aboard, Giovanni Soto would be next. Yeah, it almost goes back within a week of when Puig came to the major leagues with the Dodgers this year. They started turning things around. The energy that he brought to them, and well, batting hitting about 450 in the first month.
He kind of did for them what Mike Trout did for the Angels.
Yeah, exactly.
They just didn't carry it quite as far as the Dodgers have.
Hernandez is going to talk to the veteran catcher, Henry Blanco. Justin Smoke having a good laugh over Adrian Beltre. Constant stream of information from Adrian. Well, now we're set to go. Beltre still talking to Smoke. As Felix Hernandez checked him. 3-1 the count. Moreland waiting. Hernandez sets. Outside and high, ball 4. Second time that Moreland has walked. And 2 on with 2 outs for Soto.
Well, Hernandez has only walked 3 guys in a game. 2 or 3 times this year. He's walked 3 guys here in the 5th inning. He's walked 5 altogether. The most he's walked this year has been 3, so 5 is completely out of the ordinary for him.
Well, here's Soto, who has struck out both times he's faced Hernandez tonight. And the first pitch is off speed on the inside corner for strike 1. Giovanni has shown the inclination to take the big pitchers deep in big spots, and you could classify this as a pretty big spot. Good breaking ball, and it's 0-2.
He's just not being aggressive tonight. He's taken a lot of pitches. And he's seeing a lot of breaking balls. That might have something to do with it.
Lucas Lichtke, left-hander, is loosening very quickly in the Seattle bullpen. 0-2 as Hernandez comes back to the plate. Ball strike 3. Fastball nailed down the outside corner. The Rangers can't do anything with 3 walks in the inning. Mac, thanks for joining us. We will look for you after the ball game on Rangers Live.
All right, we'll see you.
5-3 Rangers. We go to the 6th inning. The all-new Mazda 6. When you change everything, you change everything. 5-3, the Rangers leading the Mariners, despite the Mariners out hitting the Rangers 6-5 tonight. Felix Hernandez talking with the interim skipper. That would be Robbie Thompson. Thompson handling the managerial chores while Eric Wedge recuperates from an illness. Michael Morris starting things off, and he takes a strike from Martin Perez. Morris has grounded a short and flied to right field tonight. 0 for 2, hitting at .234. Perez back to the plate. This is off the plate inside. It is 1-1. Morris now 0 for his last 12 times to the plate. 2-1. Morris, much better numbers against left-handed pitchers, though. He's .267 against the left-handers, and as opposed to .220 against right-handed pitchers. Perez back to him. He did not go around. The appeal down to first base results in Angel Hernandez and no swing, and it's 3-1.
Looked like he stopped just in time. Pretty close.
Boy, there's a jam shot. Kinsler coming in a hurry, and he makes the play, or does he? Yes, he does.
Wow.
Home plate umpire Dana DeMuth had to go out and make that call. Ian looked like he was undecided as to whether to pull up and play it on a bounce or catch it in the air, and he fortunately picked it right off the top of the grass.
Yeah, even with Morris running, he was going to beat that ball out. Ian really didn't have a choice. That's the ultimate jam shot right there.
Goodness.
That really shows how strong Morris is.
Yeah.
That he could hit it that high. Most of us would have blooped it over the pitcher's head about half that high. Or maybe not gotten it to the pitcher. That would have been even worse. Imagine taking a big swing and hitting a little pop-up to the pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that ball hits the ground, that's a base hit.
So one very big out. And Raul Ibanez pops the next one into shallow center. Calling off everyone, Elvis Andrus backpedals, makes the grab. And there he is, out number 2. And let's check in once again with Jim Knox. Jim?
All right, appreciate it, Buzz. Look at this. Who we have here, special guest. This is Stoney Clark, and I tell you what, you're going to have a big-time post-game concert tonight. What's it going to be like? What are you looking to do?
Well, as with any Stoney LaRue in the Arsenal show, you're going to find old stuff, new stuff, stuff in between, stuff you'll probably never hear again.
Well, Stoney, I tell you, you sung the national anthem. That has to be one of the toughest songs to sing. But you did it before here at the ballpark.
I've done it 3 times here. This will be my 3rd time, and I tell you what, this is one of the most nerve-wracking things in the world, because if they would have asked me to do one of my songs, it would have been a piece of cake. But you're kind of reflecting, that's a national song, and it means a lot to a lot of people. So you don't want to mess that one up.
Definitely don't. Now, Stoney LaRue also right now resides in Oklahoma City area, and a big-time concert's coming up August 24th. Tell us about that.
August 24th, we're partnering with Governor Fallon and Oklahoma Strong Relief Fund for more tornado victims that just happened pretty recently here. And, we're just going to try to get together. Our friends Wade Bowen and Aaron Watson are going to join us, with some other artists as well. But, yeah, we're going to just try to raise some awareness and funding for those people that are in need there.
There we go. Stoney LaRue right here, one of the best. Appreciate it, Stoney. Nice seeing you. Buzz, back to you.
All right, Noxie, thank you. With that concert coming up right after the ball game tonight. Smoke takes a pitch down and in. Justin now with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Justin, a couple of pop outs tonight. Once to first and once to short. Martin Perez has kept him pretty well under wraps. You remember, Smoke came into the ball game 4 out of 5 against Martin Perez. He gets him on strikes here. First time tonight that Martin Perez sets the Mariners down in order. 1, 2, 3, and with a strikeout to boot. 5.5 in the books. Rangers 5, Mariners 3. Fox Sports Southwest. to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $600 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight, the Rangers are hitting for Laurie Holster from Fort Worth. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Laurie Holster from Fort Worth will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Well, Felix Hernandez finished for the evening, so his problems in this ballpark continue. Most walks in the game also tonight in better than 2 years. And he is replaced by the left-hander Lucas Littke from Industry, Texas. Raised in Brenham, Texas. He lives in Industry. Went to Mount San Jacinto and Rice University. Well, he is on now for the Mariners, and he will face Jurickson Profar, David Murphy, and Leonis Martin.
Yeah, the Rangers have 5 hits in the game. They all came in the second inning. If he struck out.
Profar up the middle. Ryan bobbles it, drops it, and has no play. Now there's something you don't see every day. Brendan Ryan, one of the most sure-handed shortstops in all of baseball.
If Fernandez had struck out one more batter, he would have pitched 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts.
That's not a good number to be stuck on.
That was the first time I've ever seen 6 5s in that line.
Yeah, especially from him.
Yeah, for Ryan, that pretty much is as routine as it comes. Very steady guy.
First error of the ball game. That is the 63rd committed by the Mariners this year. In comparison, the Rangers have 64. Here's David Murphy. And Littke fires a strike. Murph, a big 2-run double and a run scored in that second inning. Also hit the ball very sharply as last time up, lining out to left field. And Murph now 39 RBI, and you see that batting average at 223. Pulls one to the right side. That's through for a base hit. Profar had to stop to let it go by, and he checks into second, and David Murphy has a 2-hit night. And the Rangers have their first 2 men aboard here in the 6th inning against Littke.
Well, Jurickson couldn't go to third. He had to wait for that ball to go by him so he didn't get hit by the ball. Inside part of the plate. Good pitch for David. Watch Jurickson right here have to slow down. That's why he only got to second base.
So an error, now a base hit. 2 on, nobody out as the bullpen again has Carter Capps, the right-hander, up and throwing. Leonis Martin 0 for 2 tonight. A sacrifice bunt that turned into a run. He's around to bunt here and takes a strike. It's 0-1. Mariners had smoke charging down the line from first, and Kyle Seager, the third baseman, played back. He's playing kind of a caddy corner position, as you see on your screen on the left-hand side there. Seager will read to see whether the bunt is bunted his way hard enough to make him field it. There go the runners. The pitch is outside and too late getting the handle on the ball to make a throw. Henry Blanco couldn't do anything. And stealing third is Jurickson Profar. I think that was a spur-of-the-moment decision on Profar's part. Gary Pettis talking to him about it. So now it's first and third with nobody out. Murphy staying at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Littke goes first base way with that toss.
This was one of those games for Felix Hernandez. Even though the Rangers didn't score after the second inning or get a hit after the second inning, they still forced him to throw a lot of pitches. He never did bounce back and really get it together after that inning. Martin Perez, on the other hand, has done that after the third inning. He's pitched very well the last 3 innings. Exactly what you hoped he'd be able to do.
Yeah, those adjustments we were talking about before the pitcher makes, Martin has made them. Felix never could.
No. That's just a real nice feather in his cap.
The pitch is yanked foul and into the seats. Nice play down there. Brought his glove along with him and put it to good use.
And the kid, I don't know who that is that has that ball.
The masked man.
It's a junior wrestler. Dad appreciates it very much. Very nice thing for him to do.
1-2. The count to Leonys Martin. It hit him. That's the second night in a row he's been down in the count to a left-hander and been hit by a pitch. Another breaking ball this time that got away, and that will load the bases with nobody out.
Well, luckily that was a breaking ball, but you know, still it's going 80 miles an hour, so it's not like it. You don't feel it, especially if it hits you right in the spine. Wash is saying, "Son, you can't come out of the game being hit by that pitch. You got to stay in there. You got to suck it up, man. That wasn't going that fast." Wash is laughing.
Kevin Harmon's trying to explain something to Wash.
You don't need the trainer. Okay, thank you, Coach. Thank you very much.
Well, that's going to do it for Lucas Lichtke. He gives up an error, a base hit, and a hit batter. And he will exit with the bases full and nobody out here in the Rangers' 6th inning in our Sonic Slam inning. Well, when we come back, we may be able to give away $25,000 tonight. Pitching change underway. We'll be right back on Fox Sports Southwest. Here in the 6th inning, nobody out, and Carter Capps has come on to take over on the hill. Capps, the 24-year-old right-hander, make that 23-year-old right-hander, excuse me, facing Elvis Andrus, and the first pitch is lined. A great diving catch by Brad Miller, the second baseman, who was in front of halfway, and Elvis hit a rope out there that Miller dove to his right, came up with.
That's just incredibly bad luck. He's trying to drive the ball back through the middle with the infield in. Hits it exactly how he wants to hit it, right on the good part of the bat. Nice swing, and it's right at him. Actually, not right at him. He makes a nice play to catch it. That's just some bad luck right there. That's a line drive single and 2 RBIs.
So now 1 gone. Here's Ian Kinsler, who is 0 for 2. And Capps a little inside move, but there was nobody at second base except David Murphy. Kinsler has grounded out twice. Last time up, he walked. All 3 of those at bats against the starter, Felix Hernandez. Now facing Carter Capps. And he pops it up. Infield fly rule will be in effect if Miller stays with it. He does. And that is out number 2. So Caps has come on to get a line drive out, now a pop out. Base is still loaded, and Adrian Beltre will come to the plate.
Take a 2-out hit right here. Boy, you sure don't want to waste bases loaded, nobody out. Rangers have a lead, but it's only a 2-run lead with 3 innings to go. You need to add some right here when you get bases loaded, nobody out.
Now Beltre 1 for 2 tonight.
I was going to say, not much Elvis can do about it. He executed his at bat exactly like he wanted to. Nothing you can do about that.
Beltre is single in the 2nd inning. And he takes the fastball that's high from Caps. Caps, as you can see by the radar gun readings, a very lively fastball. Adrian Beltre been known to turn around lively fastballs before. Caps a 6'5" right-hander. And ball 2 is high. Adrian now in a hitter's count at 2-0. Bases are full of Rangers. Profar at 3rd, Murphy at 2nd, Leonis Martin at 1st. Beltre waiting as Cap studies the signs. And now time is called. Blanco's going to go out and have a chat with his young right-hander.
Well, one thing, Buzz, you talked about the Rangers schedule. We've talked about it before, and how many teams they play over a month when they're playing teams below 500. And Seattle's 9 or 10 games below 500, so you look at the schedule and you say, good, there's a series the Rangers should do well in. But they're not a 9-game under 500 team when Iwakuma and Felix Hernandez pitches.
Right.
You know, they're a first-place team, so you can't go by what their record is. You have to go by who's pitching for them.
And that breaking ball finds the outside corner to make it 2-1. No, that's a great point, and you're exactly right. You know, Iwakuma wins his 11th game last night. You have Felix coming in tonight 12-5. Even though the Rangers roughed him up, still you're talking about 2 of the best in the American League. 2-1 pitch.
Yeah, if somehow there was a way for them to pitch every game, the 2 of them, everybody be playing for 2nd place.
Yep. A little low bridge pitch there.
Well, the only pitch he's thrown to him for a strike was a breaking ball.
Yeah.
So see if he comes back, not only so he can't look for a fastball, but so he can throw a strike with it.
3 balls, 1 strike. This crowd getting into it now. Pitch on the way. Fouled away to the right. And the count has gone full. So with 2 outs now, the runners will be moving with the next offering. And Profar from 3rd, Murphy from 2nd, Leonis Martin from 1st.
There's a case, Buzz, where you get a fastball to hit, but it's a little different when it's going 96 miles an hour than if it's going 89 miles an hour.
Cap says yes and sets. And looks at second base again. Nobody cutting into the bag. Carter Cap's out of North Carolina. In a pretty good spot. He's got nowhere to put Beltre with 2 outs. Rangers leading 5-2, and that man trying to add on right here. Caps a high set. The payoff pitch hit the center field and hit well. Ackley going back. It's going to stay in the ballpark as he catches it halfway back on the warning track. Now Beltre gave it a ride. He brought the fans to their feet, but it came up about 5 feet short. Rangers leave them loaded. We're going to the 7th. 5-3 Texas. Seattle putting up a little picket fence there in the first 3 innings, a single run in each of the first 3. The Rangers doing all their damage in the second inning, 5 runs against Felix Hernandez. David Murphy, the big shot in that inning, is the 2-run double. Profar and Murphy, you see, combining to go 3 for 5, and Martin Perez settling things down, has retired 9 of the last 10, and he fires a strike to Dustin Ackley. Mariners have the bottom third of the order to face Perez here in the 7th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ackley singled and scored his first time up. That was back in the 2nd inning. Perez about ready to throw his 86th pitch of the night. And Ackley sends it into center field. A ground ball that finds its way through for his 2nd hit of the night. Leadoff single, and they have both looked pretty much the same. Going right back through the box as Martin Perez not able to get the ball far enough away from Ackley to prevent that base hit to center. The 1 on, nobody out. Brendan Ryan. Shortstop up there. Ryan, an RBI single and a strikeout tonight. A bunt and bunts it foul. That ball hits the bat in foul territory. So it's going to be strike 1. Action just now starting in the Ranger bullpen. Neil Kotz up and loosening. Neil, of course, had a rare problem last night. Gave up the 2-run home run to Seager and took the loss in that 3-1 Mariner victory. I would imagine he, as much as anybody, would like to see him get back out there and get a chance for some redemption. Double play ground ball to Elvis. To Kinsler. Back to first and double play. 6-4-3, and that takes care of the leadoff single.
That's a huge pitch right there. And go back to the 3rd inning, and we were talking about Martin throwing the ball well, but leaving it near the middle of the plate a little bit too often. He'd given up the home run to Seager. The Mariners had 3 runs, and since that time, they've only had a couple of hits. Getting out here, that's 4 shutout innings after that, and he really has figured out a way to make the pitches that he needed to make and keep the score right there at 5-3.
Doesn't get much more routine than that for those two guys. 0-1 the count to Henry Blanco, the catcher. Now 1-1 as he takes the low and inside. Blanco walked his last time up after striking out back in the 2nd. Perez to the wind. The left-hander deals. Couldn't get him to offer that changeup. It's 2-1. The look on Martin's face, he thought that might have been a strike anyway. And he could have been called a strike. Blanco tried to check his swing about halfway through and couldn't get it done. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on the foul ball. Perez 57 strikes, 35 balls. Not quite as good a ratio as we saw in his complete game, or really in the last couple of starts. 2-2 pitch is inside, and the count has gone full. And the inning by inning breakdown for you. 2nd inning was the toughest one that he's had. Other than that, very, very impressive for Martin Perez. Payoff pitch on the way. Left center field, Murphy on the run into the alley. Has the time to get there and makes the catch. And Martin Perez, a fist, says, yeah, we got him. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Stretch time at the ballpark, 5-3 Texas now. Let's join Chuck Morgan as he introduces God Bless America.
To honor the men and women of armed services, both
Store Crafting Day at the ballpark. Fans will be treated to giveaways from Joann's, as well as the opportunity to take home their own projects. Get your tickets for tomorrow's game at TexasRangers.com. Bottom of the 7th inning, and it's Alex Rios to start things off against Carter Capps, and he takes first pitch strike. Rios 1 for 3 tonight, had a single and a run scored in that 5-run Ranger second inning that Martin Perez has been made to stand up through 7 innings. Pitch outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Rios. Alex, as you can see, a .279 for the year. Dozen home runs, 57 RBI. Pulls it on the ground to Seager. That is out number 1. And before Mitch Moreland steps in, let's take time for a Mazda game break with Dana Larson. Dana. All right, Dana, thank you. And the Rangers beginning play tonight, a half game ahead of Oakland by virtue of course, the Rangers lost last night, and Oakland's 3-2 win over the Tribe out in Oakland. Mitch Moreland taking a strike. And our DirecTV standings will show you the current alignment of the American League Western Division. There's that half game difference, even in the loss column. Seattle enters play tonight 13.5 back of the Rangers. The Angels 15.5 back. And Houston 29.5 back. No balls and 2 strikes to Mitch Moreland. Moreland has walked a couple of times tonight and popped out. And that pitch high and out of the strike zone. 1-2 to Moreland. The Rangers made the night rather uncomfortable for the King. Treated him unroyally, if you will. Got him out after 5 innings. And Moreland lines one to right center. That's going to be down for a base hit. Moreland reaching out, getting enough wood on it to beat the shift and hit it into right center. That's Mitch's first hit of the night. A 1-out single gets him aboard for Giovanni Soto.
Yeah, Mitch with a single and a couple of walks. Probably had pretty good movement on it. Tailed out of the strike zone. Mitch still able to line it over the shift and into right field. And Rangers missed a golden opportunity in the 6th. Bases loaded, nobody out.
And a line out, a pop out, and a fly out. And that was it.
It came in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Needed the fly out earlier. Would have got in 1 run anyway.
Giovanni Soto, glad that Felix Hernandez is out. He had no success whatsoever. Struck out all 3 times he faced Hernandez tonight. Moreland, the runner at first, as Capps comes back to the plate. And ball 2 is low and away, and Henry Blanco going out to the mound to visit with the right-hander again. Carter Capps at 6'5", 220 pounds. He was the Mariners' 3rd round draft selection back in the 2011 draft. Played some college ball at Mount Olive College in North Carolina. Division II school. Had great success there. And ball 3 is low and away. Well, Soto trying to get aboard, much like Mitch Moreland did. If he's able to do that, then Jurickson Profar would get a chance to hit with a couple of runners on. Hits are even in this ball game at 7 apiece. Rangers leading 5-3. 3-0 pitch. And he is right down the middle. Soto currently hitting at 209. He is ready, and so is Capps. Ball 4. 2 on with 1 out. Here comes Jurickson Profar. That's 6 walks now the Rangers have had to go along with their 7 hits. So they've had runners on base. Carl Willis, the pitching coach, going out to talk to Carter Capps and brings the entire infield in there to see what they might do here with Jurickson Profar, the hitter. Carl Willis explaining to the young right-hander what he wants done, and he has said what he has to say. Well, fans, Fox Sports 1 is now available in by all major TV providers. Go to foxsports1.com to find out what channel Fox Sports 1 will be on in your area. A 2 on, 1 out. Profar is 1 for 2 tonight officially. Had an RBI single in the second. Came around to score in that frame. Also walked and was on via an error. Had his first major league stolen base in the 6th inning. Pitch in the dirt. It gets away from Blanco, and that's going to allow Moreland and Soto to advance 90 feet. They're now at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
Rangers had a lot of opportunities to have more than 5 runs, and here's another one for the infield in. Last inning was bases loaded, nobody out. Now it's 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. With 5 in the 2nd inning, they had 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. Couldn't get another one in.
Wild pitch, charged to Carter Capps. The 1-0, and it's popped up. Foul territory. That's going to be back over the Mariner dugout in the 5th row, out of play.
It's one you're glad goes foul. You got a lot of fastball, 96 miles an hour. A little bit behind that one.
That's when you're glad you're playing here if you're a hitter, not in Oakland.
Yeah, in Oakland you're really upset. You're going back to the dugout. Pick one up here. Make it a 3-run game.
Moreland taking the lead from 3rd. He is followed by Soto at 2nd base. Cap sets, and the 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. Oliver Perez, the left-hander, is ready if needed in the bullpen. And looking at the Ranger lineup, you'd figured that David Murphy, who is in the on-deck circle, would probably be the one that Perez is ready for out there. 2 balls and a strike. Check swing, and the pitch is low. It's 3-1. Profar doing a good job taking a close pitch, and we have seen that in the young man ever since he came to the major leagues.
Had a big at-bat back in the 2nd inning after Giovanni had struck out with the bases loaded and no outs. He lined a base hit to right field. Right center field. Within a run.
The 3-1. Line to center, dropping in a hurry. Here comes Ackley. He makes the catch, and that ball hit so sharply that Moreland had no chance to get back to 3rd and tag up.
Right. That's 2 balls, 2 innings in a row. Elvis hit a line shot right at the 2nd baseman. Profar ahead in the count, gets a great pitch to hit, takes a great swing at it, and just lines it right at the center fielder. He comes up with a fairly strong throw, and I'm not sure Mitch would have gone on that throw anyway.
Yeah.
Boy, that's some bad luck right there. 2 innings in a row.
So now with 2 outs, and Murphy, the hitter, that brings Robbie Thompson out to make the pitching change. He wants the left-hander Perez to come in and face Murphy, and we'll see if that brings a move from Ron Washington for a right-handed hitter. So Perez on his way in. We will take another timeout. Pitching change underway. Back after this on Fox Sports Southwest.
We are one.
Well, Oliver Perez, the left-hander, has taken over, and Ron Washington has decided to go with Craig Gentry as the pinch hitter. And you can kind of understand why. With first base open, if you send up Baker, odds are that you're going to lose him because they're intentionally walking. So Gentry, at least you have a chance to have a right-hander face Perez with second and third and 2 out.
Yeah, good point. And that way you also don't have to use 2 players. Gentry goes in for Murphy to play left field anyway.
The Rangers, of late, have been getting pretty good use out of their pinch hitters. They've had walks in 3 straight games from pinch hitters. 3 straight plate appearances, excuse me. Well, here's Gentry. Runners at second and third. Greg hitting him .245. And the first pitch to him hangs outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Gentry in last night's ball game came on as a pinch hitter in the 8th and drew the leadoff walk, which gave the Rangers a start to their biggest threat against the Mariners late in the game. They didn't capitalize on it. 1-0 pitch. High and outside, 2-0. That was a problem Perez had in last night's ball game, being able to throw strikes. Perez, after walking Gentry in last night's game, ended up hitting Leonis Martin after he'd gotten ahead 0-2. And that spelled the end of the night for Oliver Perez. He's fallen behind here 2-0. And fires a strike to make it 2-1. Gentry with a home run and 13 driven in. Facing the 32-year-old left-hander Oliver Perez. Runners at second and third. Moreland at third. Soto at second. Bottom of the 7th inning. And that pitch is low as Gentry ran up as if to bunt, and that brought Kyle Seager streaking down the line from third. But it's 3-1 now. And if Gentry gets aboard, you've got Leonis Martin waiting in the on-deck circle. The 3-1 pitch. Line down the left field line. It is hooked against fair and into the corner. Moreland scores. Soto scores. Around second, going for 3 and putting the brakes on is Craig Gentry. But the damage has been done. A huge 2-out hit. Gentry, a 2-run double, makes it a 7-3 Ranger lead.
Well, that's the hit the Rangers have been waiting for. They've been sitting on a nice lead, 5-3, but they've had some opportunities. They've hit the ball hard a couple of times, and finally they get that big base hit to break the game open a little bit, make it a 7-3 game. And so David Murphy with a 2-run double, Craig Gentry with a 2-run double. Good day for the 9th spot in the batting order.
You'll be having a lot of guys looking to hit 9th. You get production like that.
Yeah, that's a big hit. Big runs with 2 outs. A lot more comfortable going late in the game, 7-3. And a well-hit ball by Craig as well.
So Gentry now at second. 2 runs across. Leonis Martin, who is 0 for 2 tonight, takes a fastball at the knees for a strike. And it's 2-1. And Adrian Beltre and Alex Rios. And yeah, that's the way to go, Craig Gentry. Outside, 2-1. Martin, a pair of fly balls to center field. He's also been hit by a pitch and had a sacrifice bunt, driving in his 28th run of the year. Hard hit, diving stop by Miller. Scrambles up and throws out Martin. Well, the Rangers' 7th comes to a close, but A huge two-out, two-run double by Craig Gentry gets the Rangers on the board again. We're going to the 8th, 7-3 Texas on Fox Sports Southwest.
Johnny, 82-year-old war veteran Johnny, comes all the way in from Arkansas, loves the Rangers, been a Ranger fan since day one, 82 years young. What took you so long getting to the park, Johnny?
Well, my wagon broke down. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Here's the bag. Congratulations. Wife of 61 years with them tonight, along with family and friends. Long time Father's Day present. Anything else you'd like to say?
Go! Oh, Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers. There we go. All right, Johnny. Good to have you here, buddy. Thank you. Hey.
Now Martin Perez back to the hill. He's got a little bit of breathing room now. 7-3 the Rangers are leading. And he's working to the top of the order. Craig Gentry, who had that big two-run double, stays in the ballgame, takes over in left field.
Well, the other thing you like at age 22 for Martin Perez, in his last 3 starts, against the Angels he pitched 7 1/3. Then back against the Angels again he pitched 6 1/3. Then against Houston he pitched 9. And now he's into the 8th inning today. So 4 straight starts where he's pitched deep into a ball game.
And there's a base hit to center field for Miller. He's turning on the Jets around first, and he stops very quickly as Leonys Martin gets to the ball. So the leadoff single has Miller aboard, and it'll bring up Kyle Seager, and it also brings Ron Washington out of the Ranger dugout. Now Wash making that slow walk to the mound, and usually get out there, say something to the starting pitcher before he takes the ball. In this case, from Martin Perez, clap of the hands. Well, nice going, young man. You did your job, 7+1 hitter, and that is going to do it. And he gets a standing ovation, a well-deserved standing ovation from 44,247 on hand here tonight. So Neil Koch coming in. We'll have another matchup of Seager and Koch when we come back right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. all about the Rangers starter. 22-year-old left-hander Martin Perez was very solid tonight. Gave up 3 early runs, but boy, he settled down nicely. And as the game went on, he got even better.
Yeah, we've talked about it pretty much during the whole game, Buzz, what a nice job he's done of getting it together after the first couple of innings and pitching deep into the ballgame. Just a superb job for the 22-year-old. By the first time that he's struggled early and pitched 7 innings in a game.
Yep. And that's a big building block for him. 20th consecutive game, the Rangers starters allowed 4 or fewer runs, and that is very important, especially when you're talking about the youth of this Rangers starting staff. 0-1 to Seager. He fouls that off. Go back to last night. It was not a pretty picture as Neil Kotz came on and faced Seager with 1 on and 1 out and got ahead 0-2 just like he is now. And the result was not good. A line drive home run into the Ranger bullpen that turned a 1-0 Ranger lead into a 2-1 Mariner lead. Giovanni Soto saying, get that pitch out here this time. The 0-2 was out there and was also up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seager tonight has singled and homered. He's also struck out 2 for 3 with a pair of runs driven in. Brad Miller led the inning off with a single to center field against Martin Perez. Seager reaching for that, fouls it straight back. Neil Kotz, the 33-year-old, taking the loss last night, trying to get himself back even, at least mentally, against these guys. Looper to left field. Gentry toward the line. Has time to get there. Makes the grab back to first. Goes Miller. So in the rematch, Seager comes out second best to Neil Kotz. 1 away for Kendrys Morales.
Yep, that time he had him swing at a pitch a couple inches outside. Much different result when you swing at that pitch. He saw nothing near the center of the plate in that at bat. Made sure everything was right on the corner or a little bit off the plate.
First pitch to Morales is high for ball 1. Morales 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded out all 3 times. Martin Perez, 7 innings plus 1 hitter here in the 8th. Allowed 8 hits with 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. And Morales fouls back that next offering. Off-speed pitch that Kotz got him to flail at. 1-1 the count. Morales, a guy that's just about equal left side, right side, batting average wise. Late swing and a miss. As you look at Tanner Shepard's loosening in the Ranger bullpen. Morales, 299 coming into play tonight as a right-handed hitter. 287 from the left side. About double the amount of at-bats as a left-handed hitter. Down on the count here to Kotz at 1-2. Fouled that one up into the second deck behind home plate. Now Kotz asked for a new baseball, and that's granted by home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. Morales back to the plate. 289 the average for the Mariners designated hitter. Call strike 3. Down and on the outside corner, Morales turned into a statue at home plate by Kotz.
A located pitch by Neil. like a cutter that came right back and caught the outside corner. Morales didn't like the call, but that pitch is all the way in the strike zone. No doubt about that call. Good pitch.
So 2 gone, and Michael Morris, who is also 0 for 3 tonight, steps in. Miller still anchored over at first, and the first pitch is fouled away to the right. It is 0-1. Morris, the last time up, popped out to second. He's also grounded to short and flied to right. Inside, and Kotz gets him to skip rope. It's 1-1. Morris now 0 for his last 13 trips to the plate. Kotz trying to extend that by 1. Chop foul. 1-2 the count. Giovanni Soto flashing out the sign, says, give me that fastball inside. And Kotz says, okay. Here it comes, big guy. Oh, Morse trying to fight that off, just did get a piece of it. Giovanni wants that again. Yes, Niels is fine. Again, the 1-2 pitch. That just missed the inside corner. Morris had no desire to swing at that. His thumbs were getting sore. Now the 2-2. Fly ball, left field. Gentry toward the alley. Plenty of time to get there. Makes the catch, and that will do it. Kotz comes in, retires all 3 hitters he faces. Mariners strand a runner on a hit. We played 7.5. The Rangers lead by 4.
Lead here in the bottom of the 8th as they look to get back in the win column in this series against the Seattle Mariners. Hi there, Dana Larson, reminding you we've got Rangers Eye presented by Esurance coming up in just a little bit. Join me and Mark McLemore as we break it all down. We'll also take you into the clubhouse for player reaction and hear from Ron Washington and get you ready for Yu Darvish tomorrow. That's all coming up right after the game. But for now, we get you back to Buzz and Tom, guys.
All right, Dana, thank you. Elvis Andrews leading off the Ranger 8th inning. Oliver Perez misses outside with the first pitch. Elvis, a 1-for-4 night, but that's a little deceptive. He has hit the ball sharply 3 of the 4 times that he's come to the plate. Does have an RBI, his 41st of the year, as Perez misses outside with ball 2. Elvis, you go back over the last month of work for the Rangers shortstop. He's hit almost 300, 298 to be exact. He's seen his batting average rise from 242 to his present 254. 2-1. Facing Oliver Perez here in the 8th inning. Fouled out of play to the right. And the count evens to Elvis. Perez came on in the 7th inning, gave up the big 2-run pinch hit, 2-out double to Craig Gentry. And misses inside to Elvis. That runs the count full now to Andrews. And Elvis trying to get aboard to start the Ranger 8th. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. Payoff pitch is on the way. Check swing, ball 4. And the appeal down to Angel Hernandez, a no swing, and Andrews has the leadoff walk. Well, the AT Twitter poll that we asked for your opinion on earlier in the ballgame, if you like the new replay rules proposed for next season, and 62% of you said yep. Felt that getting the calls right when possible is worth the changes. 38% said nah, it's not worth it. That's a pretty good majority. That, of course, the new changes have to be run by the union, approved by the players' union, and also the umpires have to approve it. Ian Kinsler tonight, a walk and a couple of ground outs, also a pop-up. As Elvis at first, nobody out. Perez to him, and fastball tails low and outside. Elvis establishing that lead early. And Kinsler slices one to right field. Morse toward the line and in. Still coming. Can't get there. He plays it on a short hop. Elvis reading that ball all the way around to third. Now Kinsler drops in a looping single. And the Rangers have runners at the corners with nobody out. And Adrian Beltre coming up.
I couldn't tell whether Morse was going to be able to get to that or not from up here, but Elvis sure could. He was flying all the way. He got jammed and just kind of lofted it down the right field line. Morse makes a good try for it, just can't quite get to it.
Well, that's the 9th hit of the night for the Rangers. Here's Adrian Beltre, who has one of those 9 hits. And he takes a belt-high strike. It's 0-1. Beltre led off the second inning of the single against his good buddy Felix Hernandez. Came around to score, and that opened the floodgates for that 5-run Rangers second frame. Beltre also has a walk tonight. Broken bat ground ball, and that's going to cost Adrian a piece of lumber. That boy will bring him out. A new bat. And the count moves to 0-2. Adrian with 73 RBI. He has a couple of men aboard here with nobody out. Got Andrews at third, Kinsler at first. Facing Oliver Perez, the left-hander. 1-2. What, 9 hits in his last 14 tries with runners in scoring position. And you remember Adrian Beltre got off to a miserable start the first couple of months. And since then, it's been an uphill fight. But he's gotten it done. Fouled out a play to the right, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Beltre came into play tonight 4th in the American League with a .330 average in this ballpark. Rangers with a .290 average of late here. Way outside, it's 2-2. Last 7 home games, the Rangers hit .291 here at home. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on with nobody out. And her defense in at the middle infield spots. That breaking ball hangs outside. The count has gone full.
Seattle relievers having a hard time throwing strikes. 24 pitches for Oliver Perez. 13 balls and 11 strikes. Lucas Luque and Carter Capps both had a little bit of a problem throwing strikes as well.
Perez ready. The payoff pitch. Fouled out a play to the right. And we will do it again. The Rangers with 7 walks tonight against Mariner pitching. 8th pitch of the at-bat is coming to Beltre. Chopper to short. That's going to get the run home. How in the world did he barehand that? Beltre beats it out.
That was almost a highlight play. Turned into an RBI single.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I remember the one that Ozzie Smith made off of Jeff Burrows where he dove to his left. The ball took a bad hop in back of him. He barehanded it, got up and made the play. But that one looked like he could have caught it with his glove.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know, maybe it was going to be a tougher play with his backhand to short hop it than it was to catch it on the big hop with his bare hand. Either that or he just looked at it and thought the best chance to make a play was to barehand it. He looked like he's trying to do it all the way. Never put his glove down at all. That's going pretty hard to barehand it.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you know you have good hands. You can barehand that. Man. Well, Adrian Beltre, that's his 48th now double or a multi-hit game of the year. And depending on what Mike Trout does tonight, Adrian Beltre will either have the outright lead in that category in the American League or be still tied with Trout. Tied with 47 multi-hit games prior to play tonight. Adrian with 2 for 4 has added another multiple hit game. Here's Alex Rios. Grounds one toward the hole. It's cut off by Seager. They go to second and not in time as Beltre beat the throw from Seager. That'll be an infield hit for Alex Rios.
It's got to be a hit. The Rangers are dinking him to death this inning. A walk, a blooper, and 2 infield singles to shortstop.
Not much Seager can do. He did as well as he possibly could. And Perez, pretty much telling you how he feels about the whole thing.
I don't blame you, kid. Not much you can do about that.
Gar Willis out to talk it over once again, give Perez a chance to reinflate himself. Well, 3 hits in the inning. The last 2 of the infield variety, Beltre and Rios. Rangers have a run across. They lead 8-3, and they are looking for more when they have the bases loaded and nobody out for Mitch Moreland. And Mitch will remain in there against the left-hander Perez. You got Kinsler, Beltre, and Rios. 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And the fastball is low and outside for ball 1. Mitch went through a streak where just 8 left-handers alive. Charlie Furbush loosening quickly in the Seattle bullpen. One 0 pitch is wide. It's 2-0. Mitch hit .359 from the 26th of April to the 5th of July against left-handers. Since then, though, he's dropped off considerably. Just 1 for his last 19. But a chance here with the bases full and nobody out to do some damage against the left-hander Perez. 2-0 pitch. Outside and low, 3-0. And Perez barehands it. Slaps it down by his side. That's something. You give these guys $400 gloves, they won't use them. In the barehand area. 3-0 pitch coming. Now 3-1. Moreland eyeing that all the way into Henry Blanco's glove. Perez, 32 pitches total, 17 balls and 15 strikes. He sets for the 3-1 pitch. Check swing, it's low, ball 4. Moreland will accept the bases loaded walk. Down to score from third is Ian Kinsler. The Rangers lead 9-3.
Mitch has walked 3 times tonight.
The 5 consecutive Rangers reaching base here in the 8th inning. And lead now is up to 6 runs. Still nobody out. Bases still loaded. Giovanni Soto, who is 0 for 3 with a walk his last time, steps in. And Perez fires a strike. Mariner infield continuing to play in almost to the cut of the grass. Breaking ball, that catches the inside corner. 0-2 now to Soto. Call strike 3, that comeback fastball. And Giovanni Soto caught looking. That is the first out here in the 8th inning. And it brings up Jurickson Profar.
Pretty good pitcher's pitch. Yep. Touching the inside corner.
Profar, 1 for 3. RBI single and a run scored in the second. Last time up, he lined out to center field. Check swing, that breaking ball finds the inside corner. It's 0-1. Profar back in. Got Beltre at third, Rios at second, Moreland at first. Got him on the fist, and Perez now with the advantage in the count at 0-2. And Ross Wolf, major right-hander, is loosening in the Ranger bullpen. Perez okays the sign. The left-hander deals, and the pitch is outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Perez ready. Ground ball toward the hole. And that's not going to be a play for Ryan. In to score is Beltre. Jurickson Profar, the RBI infield single, and the Rangers lead 10-3.
What an inning. 2 walks, a blooper to right field, and 3 choppers to shortstop for 3 infield singles. You just don't see this kind of an inning very often. kind of inning you like to see late in the game if you're down by 2 runs going into the inning.
Yeah. Now, Robbie Thompson out there, very humane move for the manager to get Oliver Perez out of the ball game before he self-destructs. He is a little bit frustrated, and I don't blame him. This has not been an inning where he has been battered around by any means, but he leaves with 3 runs across, bases full, still just 1 out. And Charlie Furbush, the left-hander, is coming on. We'll take a timeout. Be right back to Rangers Ballpark in Arlington after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Devastating storms in both Oklahoma and North Texas. Just visit foxsportssouthwest.com. You purchase a limited We Are One t-shirt to help support that cause. And while you're there, be sure to check out some of the unique sports and entertainment packages that will be auctioned off during this Tuesday's Rangers telecast with the Astros. That'll be the 20th. And we will be with you all evening during the Ranger games, auctioning off some great things to help those folks that are really in need of our help. Charlie Furbush on, bases remain loaded with 1 out, and Craig Gentry, who at the time had the biggest hit of this ball game, pinch hit, 2-run double last inning, facing Furbush, who's appearing in his 53rd game.
And this is probably a game the Mariners didn't really want to use Charlie Furbush. They didn't have any choice.
1 ball and 1 strike to Gentry. The Furbush, the most reliable left-handed matchup guy that they have down there. Or at least the most consistent, let's put it that way. Came into last night's ball game. Worked a third of an inning. Faced A.J. Przinsky and got a pop out. Fastball for a strike. And Gentry down in the count now at 1-2. Craig with that double last inning, hitting in an even 250. He has increased his RBI total. Now up to 15 for the year. He's got the bases full of teammates with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Slaps that one out of play. A defensive swing up there by Gentry, and he stays alive. And the Rangers scored 5 in the second and took the next 4 innings off before putting 2 up on the board in the 7th. And they have scored 3 times here in the 8th and are threatening to do more damage. Bases full, just 1 out. 1-2 pitch coming to Gentry. Inside, that comeback fastball didn't quite get to the inside corner. Craig Gentry, .389 career average with the bases full. Burbush is set. And he misses low and inside. It is 3-1. We're going to take you back to last inning. Greg Gentry pitch hitting for David Murphy. And he lined that pitch down the left field line for a 2-run double. Big hit coming off the bench for Craig Gentry. Drove into it and made a 5-3 Ranger lead. 3 lead. That has made a huge difference as this game has gone to the 8th inning now. Ground ball stopped by the shortstop Ryan, and they pick off a third. Seager trying to retreat to the bag, couldn't find the bag with his foot, and everybody's safe. A runner's across, the Rangers lead 11-3.
That could be the 4th infield hit to shortstop in 1 inning. You have to give him a hit. He threw it to third and they didn't get him.
We know it's an RBI. That's for sure.
Unless, I don't know, can you give an error to Seager because he didn't get his foot on the bag?
Yeah, you can, I guess. That would be a tough one. And Leonis Martin up there now. They're going to score that a fielder's choice. No error, an RBI. But just the play at third, they're not going to say that Gentry would have beaten out a throw to first base. We know he would have.
He would have. I think if he could have made the play to second, he would have thrown it to second. He went to third because he thought that was the only play he had.
Martin, a swing and a miss. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Leonis tonight, 0 for 3. Been hit by a pitch and a sacrifice bunt for an RBI. Also flied out a couple of times and grounded out.
I'll keep it going. Just hit a ground ball in the hole to shortstop.
Yeah.
Move him around one at a time that way. Well, it's not at all because Brendan Ryan's not a good shortstop.
Well, he ruined it there with a base hit to right field. 1 run is home, but it's not Profar at third. Well, in to score, Mitch Moreland. Erickson Profar stops at third, and it's still bases loaded. A 12-3 Ranger lead. Leonis Martin gets into the action with his 2nd RBI of the night and his first hit. And that'll give Ron Washington a chance to get Adam Rosales into the game.
That's the first thing that's resembled a hard hit ball this inning. Second time tonight that the Rangers have batted around.
Now Rosales pitch hitting, and he flares that first pitch foul out of play to the right. Rosales, the season with Oakland, a 191 hitter. 4 home runs, 8 driven in. Rangers playing, and Oakland playing some player ping pong back and forth with Rosales on the waiver wire. He was claimed by the Rangers. The A's put him on waivers a couple of weeks ago. And the Rangers, to make room, had to put him on waivers. And Oakland claimed him back. And then Oakland did the same thing. Once again, the Rangers claimed him back. They would like to be able to keep him. Ron Washington likes what Rosales brings to the ball club.
Yeah, he's got good energy. He's a hustler, kind of an intense player, plays with a lot of emotion. Looks like he has fun playing the game.
And he's a solid player that can play all the infield positions, which Rangers certainly appreciate. 220 the career average for Rosales. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 1 out, 5 runs across for the Rangers here in the 8th inning. They've had 2 5-run innings in this ball game. Burbush with a 1-2 pitch. Now 2-2. mannerisms for Adam Rosales. Ground ball to short. This is going to turn in. No, it's not. Gets away. 2 runs will score. And on to third goes Leonis Martin on the throwing error by Brendan Ryan. He has made 2 errors in this inning. One of the most sure-handed, reliable shortstops in baseball. And he just fired that one completely out of the reach of Brad Miller. So now first and third with 1 out, Ian Kinsler at the plate. Ian 1 for 4 tonight.
That's one of the most amazing innings you've seen. 7 runs. There's been 5 guys reach base by hitting ground balls that Ryan caught.
Kinsler a drive down the left field line. That is hooking into the corner. 1 hop off the wall. Martin scores, being stopped at third. Rosales into second with his second hit of the inning. Ian Kinsler. And he has put another one on the board. It is 15-3 Rangers.
That's the hardest hit ball of the inning. Ian stroked that ball nicely. 1 hop the wall in left field. Runs just keep on coming this inning.
Carl Willis out to talk with Charlie Furbush.
Say, hang in there, big guy. I'll give you a little bit of a break, but there's no one warming up, so it's up to you.
You are the last one available for us.
The ball that Ryan threw away at second base would have been an easy double play to end the inning if he had made an accurate throw.
So now Adrian Beltre finished for the night as Jeff Baker is going to pinch hit for the Ranger third baseman. Well, Baker getting a shot at Charlie Furbush. Runners at second and third, still just 1 out. And Baker takes a strike.
9 Rangers have driven in at least 1 run in this game.
And every Ranger that began this inning has scored with the exception of Giovanni Soto in this inning. Rosales is a pinch hitter, hasn't. Jeff Baker trying to keep that going. Oh, 0-2 the count to it. Call strike 3, and he knew it. Looking for that breaking ball, and Baker caught looking. That is out number 2. Both outs this inning have come on called third strikes. Now Alex Rios will get another shot. Rios had an infield single in the inning. See, the 8 runs this frame, the second most the Rangers have scored in an inning this year. That 9-run inning earlier. Rios up there with a .279 average. Furbush with the 0-1 pitch. Wanted to stop his swing and couldn't. It is 0-2. Rosales at third, Kinsler at second. And a foul ball down the right side off the bat of Alex Rios. Still 0-2. Left-hander sets once again. Breaking ball inside this time. Rios able to check his swing. And the count goes to 1-2.
This will be Furbish's 25th pitch this inning. Not sure how many Perez threw this inning. He must have thrown over 20 though.
This will be the 40th pitch of the inning for the Mariner hurlers. Two balls and two strikes. Burbush okays the sign. And Rios skies one down the right side. That's going to twist back into the seats, out of play. And we'll try it again at 2-2. Crowd of just over 44,000 on hand here tonight. They are seeing one of the biggest Ranger outbursts offensively of the season. It had been a while since we've seen the Rangers put things together. They've scored 10 runs in the last 2 innings. That breaking ball hangs outside to Rios, so the count is now full if Rios keeps it going. Mitch Moreland waiting in the on-deck circle would bat for the second time in the frame. Payoff pitch from Furbush. And out of play again. Well, right back here tomorrow afternoon for the finale. What will be the rubber game of this 3-game series. Yu Darvish at 12-5 will take on the Mariners. Erasmo Ramirez, the young right-hander, at 4-0, but with a rather inflated ERA of 7 on the mound. A 2 o'clock start. And another foul ball. Oh, Rios hanging tough. Busher out ready to throw his 30th pitch of this inning. Yeah, he's thought better of it. He backs off. You see kind of a shotgun pattern for Furbush all around the strike zone. Blanco flashes the signs out. Furbush ready. Again the 3-2. Line drive right at the second baseman Miller, and that will do it. But the Rangers, with an offensive outburst, second to only one this year. 8 runs come across. Will go to the ninth, 15-3 Texas. brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. By AT U-verse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. And by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. Well, the ninth inning has arrived, and for about 45 minutes, we kind of wondered if it ever would. About how long the eighth inning lasted.
I've never seen an inning quite like that.
No, I'm not sure I have either. Ross Wolf has come out of the bullpen to pitch the ninth here for the Rangers, leading 15-3. Ross Wolf appearing in his 19th ball game. And the first pitch to Raul Ibanez is high and outside for ball one. There's a strike. Getting the information over the press box PA about the historic nature of this outburst by the Rangers as Ibanez grounds out to Kinsler. One gone, and Justin Smoke will come up. You know, AT&T U-verse TV will remind you we'll be back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Fox Sports Southwest. The rubber game of this three-game series. Yu Darvish and Erasmo Ramirez coming to you. We'll have all that action for you right here on Fox Sports Southwest. A one out, Justin Smoke. 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of pop outs and a strikeout. Will face Ross Wolf. And the fastball's a bit low for ball one. And the defensive changes. Adam Rosales stays in the ballgame. He's at short. And Jeff Baker likewise stays in the ballgame at third. It's fouled out of play by Smoke. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Wolf back to the plate. Smoke lines one to left center field. That is in for a base hit. Gentry over to cut it off, and Smoke, with his first hit of the night, a one-out single here in the ninth inning, is aboard.
Center fielder Dustin Hackley.
Well, that is the ninth hit of the evening for the Seattle Mariners. The Rangers with 2 innings of 5+ runs. They had a 5 spot in the second and 8 in the 8th inning. That's the first time since June of 2010 that they've had 2 innings in the same game of 5+ runs.
They've also left 11 men on base tonight, too.
What you're saying is it could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Although I don't know how it could have been any worse in the 8th inning with all those infield hits and big error on double play ball just prolonged the inning and added a few more runs to it as well.
And the other kind of oddity that the Rangers are in right now is a streak without home runs, and they have not had a home run tonight. Going the other way, and Dustin Ackley has his 3rd hit of the game. So back-to-back singles prolong this 9th inning with 1 out. And Brendan Ryan will come up. So Ackley and Smoke back-to-back base hits. This is the 4th time the Rangers have scored 15 runs without a home run in their history.
Makes sense.
Doesn't happen very often. Brendan Ryan has had a real tough night in the field, and it's been better at the plate for him. 1 for 3, but he has grounded into a double play. Two on, 1 out. And Wolf fires a knee-high strike. Ryan back in there. Smoked the lead from second. Ackley away from first. And it could be a double play ball to Rosales. To Kinsler. Back to Moreland. That will do it. Well, a fitting end is on Washington. So it's nice going, Jackie Moore and Mike Maddox. The Rangers, Craig Gentry, a big hit tonight. The outfield getting it done. 15-3, the final, as the Rangers even up this series at 1 game apiece, and it sets up the rubber game tomorrow afternoon. Adrian Beltre, a good night tonight. All the Rangers, a great night. 15 runs on 14 hits, as they made the Mariners at least pay late for their wildness. Got some fortunate breaks, but they had a few coming their way, and it finally came to a close on a good defensive play by the Rangers.
Yeah, Adam Rosales went in for Elvis, pinch hit for Elvis, gets a chance to work with Ian on that double play to end the game. Nicely done. Customary post-game win, hug. And a good win. Anytime you face Felix Hernandez and you come out a winner, that's a very nice game. Martin Perez, excellent job. Gave up a run in each of the first 3 innings. Struggled a little bit with his command and then put it together and added 4 shutout innings to that. Nice job.
Yeah, Martin Perez with his 6th win of the year. And let's go down to the field now. Jim Knox is standing by with one of the stars of the game. Jim?
All right, Buzz, appreciate it. David Murphy, I talked to you before the game. I said, what's going to be an approach against Felix Hernandez? You told me you were looking fastball and taking from there. You guys continue to hit him well. You had a good approach, especially when you got the 2-run double in the 5th inning.
I mean, it's like I said, the more familiar you are with the guy, the more, I don't know, the more likely you are to have success. You know, it's not like we're looking forward to facing a guy like Felix Hernandez every day, but I don't know, maybe there's something about it. We faced him a lot. He's won a Cy Young. He's a great pitcher, and we make sure to dial in.
Your thoughts on Martin Perez's performance tonight?
You know, he got roughed up a little bit early on. Not too bad, but a guy that young, it's great to see the resilience to come back and to throw a great game the rest of the way.
All right, David, congratulations. A big night. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Well, 15-3 the final as the Rangers even this series up. Dana Larson, Mark McLemore will be back to wrap things up for you from Rangers Ballpark in Arlington in just a moment on Fox Sports Southwest.